Okay, and they should be starting off at any time now. We do have that 10-minute delay, so and here we go. Okay, most likely we're gonna see Maniacal. And both runners we expect to go down and straight into links into the pass. All right, and Maniacal probably gonna go ahead and check the item right here very quickly. Just a single rupee, so not gonna worry about that. Looks like YeOldFartGamer is gonna go for a different strategy. Gonna go ahead and check the blue Bryn stuff first. Maniacal finding a blue male upgrade in the Sanctuary, which is a nice luxury. Maniacal often likes to do the Hool Hand play first because in SMZ3, as opposed to Link to the Past, we do have money hard to find. And so he'll do this to get some money early so that at worst case, he'll have enough to do the bottle vendor and buy some bombs. And let's see what YeOldFartGamer finds over here on... Oh, and it's a hammer. That is a nice thing to find early on in SM. Yeah, and he is gonna have to wall jump out of here, so you cannot use the morph. Okay, there he goes. Let's see if he goes for the other item. The other item is not in logic in this version, but he can get it with a D boost. Looks like Maniacal is going to do a bottom to top trip through to Kakariko Village. Oh, and a sword. So wow, Blue Bryn, early Blue Bryn really paying off. Gamer is having a little bit of trouble getting this D boost. Let's see, maybe he can go for this Gamer backup. Not quite, not gonna do it. Does really want that sword. That won't be in logic until the runners get some sort of item like high jump boots or ice beam. Space jump would get it for them as well. Maniacal farming the 50-50 bomb spot does get one, so he will be able to get the race game item if he wants it. Looks like he's going to go ahead and blind check it. Meanwhile, Gamer is going to go ahead and reset this room and go for this deep boost again. Not sure how... Oh, and he takes a death. Maniacal checks his map. We see a crystal on Eastern, a pendant on Tower of Hera. I want to say I saw a pendant also in Desert. I might not quite sure about that one. Let's see if Gamer goes ahead and goes down and get that. I think he will go ahead, at least get the hammer. He could wait on the sword. The hammer will do plenty of damage for now. Ooh, and the library having our Varia suit. Wow. We're going to need boots for that. A boots locked Varia suit. And Michael, working his way through Kakariko Village, is probably going to have to buy bombs here. It's our first missile pack. And yep, it has plenty of money from that Hool Hand play. Is going to go ahead and buy those bombs. All right, in the chicken hut, what do we have here? Just 10 arrows. Okay, Gamer going to go ahead and get that hammer again. I think that's the right call. If he's not going to be able to do that D-boost, probably should just go ahead and leave. Again, he's going to have to do this wall jump because no morph ball. Bottle vendor, just with some supers, although super's not a terrible find this early. It's nice to have a decent amount of ammo. Charge beam could be just about anywhere in Link to the Past. Pretty much could be anywhere in the game. One of the changes in V11 is that we don't have... Charge beam can now be anywhere, pretty much. Does not have to be found before Ridley. Also does not have to be found before GT. Okay, there we go. Gamer getting that sword from the ceiling. Maniacal finding 2 bottles in the Kakariko well, which is nice because he will be able to check the sick kid before he leaves Kakariko village. Okay, now headed over towards Blind's hut. Just bombs. A hook shot. That's a nice find. A piece of heart. More rupees. And some missiles. Okay, Gamer now going to have to make his way up the climb, as there's no other checks that he can do without some sort of item. Maniacal remembers to check out that sick kid now that he has 2 bottles. Not just 1, but 2 bottles. Gets a piece of heart. And let's see where Maniacal goes now. Probably going to check the Lost Woods items. Gamer, in the meantime, is going to head into Link to the Past. Having found those nice items, the sword and the hammer. Ooh, and a nice bomb pull, tree pull for Maniacal there. Decides doesn't need those missiles, which is probably true. Typically, you're going to get a whole lot of missiles. And picks up the first E-tank here. Is going to go ahead and save and quit. Now, it might be a while before Maniacal gets to that Blue Burn Star area. We'll see. If he gets a Morph Ball, he'll hit there maybe sooner than later, but might still be a while. Maniacal going to do the typical South Shore play, whereas Gamer going to go check out the uncle. He might actually go ahead and do all of Escape now. With that hammer and sword, he can at least do the front of Escape. Depending on where the small key is, he might be able to go all the way to the back. Will need some bombs, though, if he wants to get those items in the back. Maniacal doing a nice hook clip through the block to get this, to be able to do this in one trip instead of having to go back in to flood the dam. Maybe the uncle just had some rupees for us. Let's see, or the chest. Let's see what the uncle has for us. Just some missiles. And supers for Maniacal in the dam. Interesting choice by Maniacal. Gonna go check Agina's cave instead of going over to Mini Moldorm. Especially with that hook shot. Hook shot being a really nice item to kill those Moldorms. Okay, and Gamer is going to go ahead and take that sword and hammer and go straight into the escape. I like that call. It's not the usual thing one would do, because typically you don't really like going here without a decent amount of weapons or at least a decent number of bombs. But with a sword and a hammer, he can kill all these enemies just fine. And just a piece of heart at Agina. And so Maniacal gonna go ahead and save and quit. And let's see where he heads to now. Okay, Gamer finding the map. That's never what you want to find. Ideally, the map shows up in the Dark Cross area. Gamer taking a little bit of damage. You want to be careful here. Don't want to die before you get to the bottom. Probably would want to, might want a death warp at the end, but not till after you find all the items. Maniacal giving you a hook shot to the back of that bush crab after he finds out only dropping hearts. Really not very useful. That hook shot can make very quick work of these mini Moldorms. Ooh, and Gamer taking another death. I was a little bit worried about that. Trying to use that hammer. You're probably better off just going ahead and using the sword. And some gloves for Maniacal. So he'll be able to check the back of escape. And some power bombs. So that'll be nice. The power bombs, can't use them now. But when you get back into SM with that morph ball, really nice if you can have at least 10, even 15 power bombs. So you can, when you do all those checks, there's a lot of power bomb heavy. It's like Maniacal gonna head on over to the Ice Rod Cave. And joining me, Lee Pine Frine. Welcome.
Hello. Watching the race. Sorry, I just finally came back from lunch.
Okay, so to get you up to speed, we have Maniacal with a hook shot and a glove picked up. The hook shot picked up in Kakariko Village, the glove picked up in Mini Moldorm. YeOldFartGamer taking a different route, decided to check the two items in Brinstar, the one in Logic and the one out of Logic in the ceiling. Got a hammer and a sword respectively, so a nice find for him.
Nice. Pulling up the streams right now. I apologize that I'm a little bit behind time, but yeah, I'm finally here.
Oh, and YeOldFartGamer taking another death in the escape. That's rough. Okay, Maniacal gonna go straight to the back of escape with that glove. I like that choice. With that hook shot, he might even go straight over to Death Mountain. Not in Logic yet without a lamp or a flute, but when it comes to dark rooms, it's not going to be a problem for him.
Hang on, sorry, I'm new to this. Is there a way I can watch the streams without lag?
Yeah.
Hang on, let me just. There we go.
Okay, looks like Maniacal now going to head to the escape. At least going to check the Uncle area. Thought maybe he'd go to the mountain with that hook shot since there's a ton of checks you can do on the east side.
Definitely, hookshot helps a lot with finding some stuff. Although it really does help if you have another item, key item alongside it.
Gets those missiles from his uncle. Meanwhile, Gamer gonna head over to the Lost Woods. Maniacal, if he decides to go ahead and do the escape, he will have to do this with bombs. Although with hookshot to stun the enemies, using bombs is not too bad. We'll see if he decides to do that. Looks like he's not saving and quitting, so I'm gonna guess he's gonna do that. Okay, so we're gonna see a few new checks over here on Maniacal's side since Gamer did not get all the way down through the escape. Maniacal doing a nice job of setting that first bomb. The second one a little bit too far forward, I guess. Is able to get that key. Meanwhile, Gamer gonna go ahead and clear out Kakariko. Okay, and uses that bomb nicely to kill that guard. And he's gonna kill one more guard to get through this. Just an E-Tank for his troubles, although this early E-Tanks are not a bad find. Okay, one more check here. And we see another power bomb pack. Again, a nice thing to have when you get your morph ball, but can't quite use them yet. Let's see where Maniacal decides to go next. While Gamer goes ahead and clears out the Kakariko village that we've already seen on Maniacal's side. The highlight of this area was getting that hook shot. Maniacal gonna head on over to Eastern, which is a crystal, but of course without the bow we can't full clear it. Alright, Sarasala having 20 rupees, bombs, and a lamp. So that actually puts the mountain into logic.
Puts out the logic quite a few things, actually. That's pretty good for him. Especially with the fact he can go to Death Mountain immediately and head to the right-hand side, actually.
Okay, so he could already do that. Maniacal, well-versed in doing dark rooms. The lamp just puts it into logic. It adds the big key chest into logic over here on Eastern, but it's kind of, I mean, it's good. Its use right now is more as a fire source. In case he gets the access to Tower of Terror or something. Of course, we're not going to get the hammer for that. We have to get the mirror. Maniacal not going into SM yet. And mirror being on the morph ball pedestal. Okay, first check in Eastern coming up here for Maniacal. Just +5 arrows, just an arrow capacity upgrade.
Can come in handy. One of my favorite parts about SM ALTTP randomizers is that these things can come in handy. You don't even need to go to the fountain of Venus, or is it? Or I forgot already. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I find I don't really miss them when I play Link to the Past by itself. Okay, Gamer gonna go ahead and go back to the escape again. And with that blue mail, he'll be a little bit better equipped to handle this. Only 3 hearts can be kind of rough sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just that safety that you just want every time, and that less hearts just gives you a bit of insecurity in movement. Can truly mean the difference between winning or losing.
And a bomb capacity upgrade for Maniacal. Not what he's looking for here. And a compass. One more check he can make. We've not seen the map, so hopefully for Maniacal we'll see an actual item on the last chest. Okay, Gamer grabbing that E-Tank. That'll help him out a lot when he gets back over to SM. And one last check over here for Maniacal. And just another power bomb pack, but that's at least his 3rd power bomb pack. So when he does get into SM, he shouldn't have any trouble with power bomb count. He'll be able to get all the items, for instance, in the big pink area.
Do you think there's ever a safety net in terms of power bombs or energy tanks when it comes to Super Metroid?
Well, you need to have at least 3 energy tanks to complete the game, and ideally you want to have at least 15 power bombs total. The 15 is a nice number because of 2 reasons. One, because it allows you to crystal flash if you need it, but also it's the amount you would need to guarantee getting through Torian without an ice beam and not have to refill.
I mean, I wouldn't mind 75 power bombs.
I would. That's way too many. Okay, Maniacal is going to check out Dark Cross from the back here. That lamp does open this up. And it's just a pack of missiles, so he's going to go ahead and save and quit. Okay, meanwhile, Gamer going to head down south to the South Shore checks. See, Maniacal saving and quitting to the Sanctuary, so probably going to head over to Death Mountain. Probably would do this anyway without the lamp, but now that he has the lamp, completely in logic, so no reason to hold off. There's too many items on East Death Mountain to wait on this one. 7 items in Paradox Cave, plus the Spiral Cave, plus the Old Man item and the Spectral Rock Cave. Okay, Gamer also going to head over to Agina's cave. Don't recall what was there. I do remember it was not anything significant. And high jump boots. That's a really nice find. Doesn't really do much for him right now, but again, once we can get into SM, those high jump boots are going to really help out. And actually, that puts that sword that YeOldFartGamer found in the ceiling in logic. Yeah, to answer the question in chat, the hammer was on the morph ball pedestal, and the sword was in the ceiling. That sword is now in logic with Maniacal finding those high jump boots. And another sword there over on Spectral Rock Cave. I'm sure Maniacal will be happy to pick that one up. That'll make the sword in the ceiling a Master Sword. And interestingly enough, does open up Agina as a Dark World entrance, but not going to need that because he'll find that hammer at the same time he finds that second sword. Did I actually say Agina? Aghanim. But again, not going to need to do it.
I was about to call you on that, but okay.
Okay, Maniacal going to continue on to the east side of Death Mountain. Meanwhile, YeOldFartGamer is going to go ahead and get a glove here from the Mini Moldarm Cave. Okay, bottom or top or whatever of Paradox Cave. First 2 chests, we'll call it. ₹50 and boots. Maniacal, picking up those Pegasus boots, we'll be able to move fast in A Link to the Past. Always a nice thing. Also nice that he has a sword before he got that. And the upper part of Paradox Cave is gonna have to bomb to get to that switch there, since he has no boomerang or sword beams or anything else that'll shoot over there. Rupees.
At least Pegasus Boots opens up, at least let you finish the chest that you, or items you can get of the dungeons, because I feel as though that's a dungeon blocker at times.
Yeah, also finding a flute there, and those boots are also extremely significant because we did see the Varia suit on the library, and the runners are going to want that.
That does give the warning that possibly he's going to Varia for quite some time later on.
No, he can go get it right now. He's got the boots. It's on the library. He can go get it anytime
No,
he
that's
wants.
what I mean. Where in the sense that if the Varia suit is given quite early, in case of my randomizer at one point when I did a race, sometimes you'll be stuck in Varia for quite some time before you get back to Link to the Past.
Well, right now without a morph ball, the Varia doesn't actually open up anything.
Oh, never mind.
The Varia suit will open. You know, if he had a morph ball, if he had screw attack or speed booster, it would open up stuff in the Norfair area. But of course, without any of those, the only items he can get to are the ones that Gamer already got, and picking up that sword and the hammer. And to answer the question about not having lamp, they do have lamps, so it is completely illogic. And Maniacal picking up a bow from Spiral Cave. He could go ahead and finish up Eastern. I don't think that's the play right now. Okay, Maniacal gonna go straight to these boots checks. And Gamer gonna go ahead, did some fake flippering, is gonna check out the hobo. I actually really like this play. Just picking up a piece of heart, but the hobo flipper location is very far away from anything else. He's gonna have to be careful here. If he gets it. It is possible to soft lock yourself if you jump off in the wrong spot in that fake flipper area, but he gets it just fine. Can't really get anything else with the fake flippers right now. Doesn't have the moon pearl to do the waterfall fairy cave. Doesn't have the money for Zora. Can check what's on Zora's ledge. That's about it. Okay, looks like he doesn't. Oh, and he gets hit. Honestly, that's probably a good thing. I don't know what happens when you try and go into the waterfall fairy without a moon pearl. It would not have worked for sure. Okay, Maniacal gonna probably take that flute and activate. No, okay, not. Oh, he's gonna get the various suit first, then probably come back and activate the flute. Okay, Gamer gonna go ahead and do the back of escape.
Yeah, apparently Maniacal forgot the flute. He just completely ignored it. He's going back to the right-hand side of the lake. Not too sure if you remember it or not, but we'll find out later.
Yeah, okay, you're right. He's done this already. I'm not entirely sure why he's heading back to this area. Oh, okay, never mind. I know what he's up to. He's setting up for. Looks like he's setting up for a water walk. I'm used to seeing people set that up from the Ice Rod Cave, but it looks like he set it up from the Mini Moldormer Cave instead. So probably gonna head over to Zora's area. He does have the money to check Zora.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Perfect execution.
And can do this check with a water walk, even though he doesn't have the moon pearl. And nothing there. Not really a surprise since it's not in logic. But now he won't have to worry about coming back.
He's got his solitary arrow. Yay!
Okay, just a heart container over there on the ledge. Probably not going to come back for that. Okay, Gamer going to go ahead and check out Sarasla, so he'll get his lamp. And we get just a big 20 from Zora, so just a nice life lesson.
Yes, even man, yeah, I meant validation. Whoops.
Okay, let's see where Maniacal decides to go next. Maybe he's gonna go hit SM
the lamp for YeOldFartGamer. He's now actually able to go to Death Mountain finally.
Yeah, we saw that already. On Maniacal's side, he picked that up quite a bit ago.
Well, at least Death Mountain's in logic.
Yeah, which we saw a while ago. Okay, Maniacal gonna go check out this one item at High Jump Boots. Is just an E-Tank, vanilla E-Tank. He's gonna grab it and leave, and that's the only thing he can check here. Well, he can check the Croc Escape item, but he can't get it. But it's just 5 rupees, so who cares? Oh, wait, with those high jump boots, he can actually go all the way over to Bubble Mountain. Forgot about that.
One risk is the fact that he can't actually go back afterwards unless he does a very well-timed wall jump.
Oh, Maniacal's more than capable of doing that wall jump.
Indeed. Bubble Mountain!
He can do a large portion of Bubble Mountain. He can check the first item near the reserve. He can check the both of the speed booster items. He can get the first item in the wave beam area. The second item he can look at. Probably would want to save scum it because he's not going to be able to get out of that area very easily.
Someone is asking whether is Ensure glitching legal in this kind of tourney.
Yes, anything legal, anything considered legal in the Link to the Past randomizer community is considered legal in this community, mainly because we don't want to be there's enough overlap between the players. We don't want to play by two different rule sets. Okay, let's see what speed booster area has for us. Meanwhile, Gamer following Maniacal, cleaning out Eastern Palace. Unfortunately, doesn't have the bow yet either, so he will have to come back, just like Maniacal will later have to come back. And just an arrow capacity upgrade there. Maniacal doesn't care about that. He hasn't really picked up anything here, so he may just, if the items over at Wave Beam aren't any good, he may just go ahead and reset.
I think many people are new to this kind of randomizer race. You want to mention why some people in Super Metroid like to flip up their shooter up and down using the R and L keys?
Oh, arm pumping, you mean? Yeah, it just every time you arm pump, so to speak, so using that the shoulder buttons to move your arms up and down, you move an extra pixel forward. So over the course of a run, not going to be a huge difference, but it does make you move a little bit faster. That's an interesting find for Maniacal.
That is big, actually. That's near
Not
vanilla.
really. Space jump is big. So I disagree that wave beam is nice. Maniacal, though, more than capable of doing any kind of gate glitching that he needs to do. So he could have gotten out of here with a gate glitch with that space jump had he needed to, but that just makes it easier.
It does also make going up to high areas a lot quicker now with the high jump and high jump boots and space jump combination. That's gonna help a lot with his movement.
Oh, for sure. But those for a player like Maniacal, those are kind of essentially luxury items. The high jump boots making the bigger difference because the fact that you literally can't get through. You literally can't get through to this area without some sort of item to move you, like a high jump boots or a space jump. Okay,
also,
Gamer.
Semper Fido, welcome to the stream. You're watching an SM ALTTP Combo Randomizer tournament. It's Maniacal YeOldFartGamer. Very commentators. I'm Liam for 121 with my partner Tracy M. Hope you're enjoying it.
All right, Maniacal showing why he's one of the best at this. No trouble getting back through the cathedral area. Is going to go on up to a red tower with that space jump. Does put one more item in logic, the alpha power bombs.
Epi37 with a very notable thing. Maniacal did not check the bubble missile that was on inside the green area earlier. Question
Yeah,
is,
a little surprised that he didn't check that. He'll be back there later. Not really too concerned about it. He found some pretty good value in the wave beam area.
True. But who knows? Like, one item could mean the difference between winning, finishing quick or finishing way later than usual.
Okay, Maniacal is going to head up red tower. He can make one check. Meanwhile, YeOldFartGamer going to go ahead. Looks like he's headed up towards Death Mountain.
Also, this allows him to get the old man item. See what it is.
We saw what it was on a Maniacal side. I don't believe it was anything significant. Maniacal having already done all these Death Mountain checks that Gamer is doing right now.
Ah, true.
Just an E-tank at Alpha Power Bombs. Hopefully that will lead Maniacal back over towards the Blue Bryn area. Oh, was it the high jump boots? Okay, so yeah, we did get the high jump boots over in Death Mountain.
Ah, true.
We got the high jump boots and the bow. Those being the significant items we got over here. Oh, and the boots and the flute. So very nice finds over in Death Mountain. So if Gamer goes all the way over and does the east part of Death Mountain, he will be well rewarded. I do believe we found a and Spectral Rock Cave had a sword, so that'll be Gamer's Master Sword. Yeah, I believe it was. Yeah, that was the high jump boots. Okay, without a morph ball, he is gonna have to go over this area. And gonna go ahead. It looks like he is gonna go to the Blue Bryn Star check. I like the way he's looped around here, starting over in Norfair, picking up items that got him through parts of Norfair, and now gonna go head down, and we'll pick up his hammer and his Master Sword, which will.
That's the beauty of how Super Metro was made, really. Like the idea of all the areas being so connected.
Okay, unfortunately, Gamer didn't kill the Nova. He has to wait for it to come back around before he can kill it and open up this gray door. And that can be a long, long way without a morph ball to go chase it.
Doesn't it not move when it's off screen?
It moves. It's a very big room.
Oh, oof. Okay.
Maniacal picking up that hammer. And we'll grab that Master Sword fully in logic because he does have high jump boots. And we are starting to run out of checks, and we do have a Master Sword and a lamp. We do not have a Moon Pearl. We have Dark World access in every way but that Moon Pearl, and there's not a whole lot left to check. So this could be an Aga seed for that pyramid item. I'm trying to think what they haven't checked.
I mean, the first thing I can think of is the top right-hand side above the ship.
You can't check that without power bombs, therefore you need
Oh yeah, true. Haha. Whoops. Never mind.
Yeah, to get anywhere else, the only item we didn't see is you were mentioning those missiles in Bubble Mountain. It's possible that Maniacal did see them that we didn't.
Watch it be the morph ball. I will laugh.
Could be.
Because as you said before, we are running out of checks, and there's going to be very few options left up to where the... Well, you mind if I say BK breaking item is?
Okay, YeOldFartGamer heading over into... Oh yeah, he was already enough for went up. He needs to get back into Death Mountain and do all those checks there. There's really nowhere he can go right now. Okay. Gamer headed over to the east part of Death Mountain.
Clutch survival from YeOldFartGamer. It's always nerve-wracking with that half heart. Just hearing those beeps, always gives me the jitters.
Well, if he can get into Paradox Cave, there are 2 pots in that first room that have hearts, so he'll be fine at that point.
True.
Okay, Maniacal is going to grab that hammer and head on over to Tower of Hera, which unfortunately is a pendant dungeon, but it could have his Moon Pearl. I forgot about that, so...
Never mind, YeOldFartGamer finds a fairy clutch!
Okay, trying to get into Paradox Cave. This is not the way to get in unless you have a mirror. Okay, gets the big key. We don't have to go down to the cutscene area.
I wonder if YeOldFartGamer mistaken where he was trying to go. I think he's trying to find
Yeah, he's
his way
trying.
back up or something.
He's trying to get to Paradox Cave. He needs to go down and into the cave at the very bottom.
Oh, let me see what's there, but he didn't realize it. Oh,
Okay, there. He's got it now. Needs to fall down the hole. Maniacal finding 10 arrows. I did not see what the first item was, but I believe it must have been the item since he's not checking these other locations. Okay, Gamer getting those boots. Maniacal gonna go ahead and finish up this dungeon because he's right here. Oh, Gamer really should get that hook shot out. That's the best weapon against these mini Moldorms. And unfortunately, he did not pick up his Master Sword over in Spectacle Rock Cave. Maniacal finishing up Moldorm.
barely though.
Actually, pretty well done with that hammer. Didn't take any damage. Okay, Gamer finding that flute. At what point Maniacal will realize he hasn't activated his flute yet. And nothing in Hera for us.
Trying to think of what else is there. Maybe the Death Mountain. There's the Spiral Cave.
He checked the Spiral Cave.
Ugh.
Trying to remember. Oh, I think that's where the bow was.
Oh yeah. I mean, possibly.
So
As for guys, I did came a little bit later, so I'm not too sure of some things. I apologize.
Okay, Maniacal activating his flute doesn't actually get him anything new because he doesn't have mitts to get into the mire area. Now looks like Gamer's having a think, trying to figure out what he wants to do next. What he really wants to do is get into that Spiral Cave, get that bow.
Yes, Kairos, he did.
Yeah, that's a really good question in chat. I don't know. I want to say that Armos does not have an item. I do not recall seeing both map and compass. And Maniacal doing the one thing left to him, and looks like he's gonna head up towards Aga. That Master Sword, that lamp, those are the telltale signs. Could be a Moon Pearl on the Pyramid Ledge.
I actually had the Moon Pearl be on my pyramid before, so it is a possibility.
Oh, absolutely, it's a possibility. It doesn't happen very often, but it can.
I think the best part about that was that my friend who was like watching me play actually called it, and I was so shocked. I'm able to call it again today.
Okay, Maniacal a little low on health. He's gonna have to be a little more careful with these soldiers. And Gamer flutes back to Link's house. Let's see where he heads to next.
Yeah, Castle Tower, admittedly, without the sufficient hearts, can be a challenge if you're not experienced with it.
Well, Maniacal's got plenty of experiences, so he should be fine. But he's just gonna maybe need to be a little bit more careful just to make sure. Yeah, Gamer gonna go ahead and check out the Dark Cross area. I believe that was just a piece. It was either a piece of heart or a missile. Okay, Gamer gonna be careful with these snakes here. Maniacal switching to the bow and arrow to get through these red guards. Gets a nice double spin on that one. Okay. This next room has a couple pot hearts he can pick up, so he should be fine from here. Okay, Gamer trying to figure out what he wants to do next.
Quite a few predictions across the field. I'm gonna say possibly the morph ball on the pyramid.
That would certainly be an interesting possibility. Yeah, Lumberjack was checked. I don't remember what it was, but it wasn't anything of significance.
We're about to find out in probably about 2 minutes time, unless of course we get 7 blue balls.
Yeah, and for those of you that maybe are more used to the Link to the Past randomizer, these are not standardized, so Maniacal is not going to get the same number of blue balls as YeOldFartGamer when he gets up here. Love to see if Gamer here decides to go ahead and remembers that he has that Varia on in the library. Looks like he does. He's gonna go pick it up.
Silverbane calling the Pyramid Pearl. I mean, we'll see, Silverbane. Who knows? Anything is possible with these randomizers.
Okay, Gamer resets after getting that Varia suit. Oh no, I don't think he has. Did he activate the flute yet? Okay, Maniacal finishing up Aga.
Sorry, Silverbane was 3 balls, not 4.
And we'll see what's on the pyramid ledge.
Survey says...
Just 5 rupees. Maybe he did leave something in Bubble Mountain.
There might be, and I think Maniacal might pass up the opportunity to get even more ahead. But if not, this might be one of the most confusing ROMs that we've seen.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he realizes he checked that Bubble Mountain. It's the only thing I can think of. He's probably gonna go ahead and finish Eastern and while he tries and figure out what he's missing.
Meanwhile, I'm actually also thinking about where else they might have not gone. Hang on, they do have the dash boots, right? Why not check some of the rocks around? If I'm not mistaken, the rocks are above like the sanctuary.
He can. I believe we've already checked that. Maniacal found both items in Hera. There was an item in the basement, and there was an item in the chest before the big chest. That's why he skipped the big chest.
RIP.
So he's gonna go ahead and finish Eastern, and by the time he's done with this, hopefully he'll realize where he skipped. Because I'm pretty certain we don't have any items left here. Okay, Gamer going ahead and checking the bonk rocks now. It's just 300 rupees anyway.
Oh wait, we have already known what all the items are in Eastern?
Yeah, we've seen all the items. There were 2 upgrades, and I forget what the third one is, but you can see on Maniacal's map, he was missing a map. On his menu screen, he was missing the map. Therefore, that's what's on Armos Nights, because he's checked everything else.
Okay.
But this is a crystal dungeon. He does need to clear this eventually anyway, so he might as well just do it now. And hopefully by the time he finishes, he'll realize the spot that he didn't get to.
I got nothing for this logic. I can agree on that, Super Pain. I don't know my computer. Let it be. Honestly, I'm not too sure either. Although I think when he finds out, I guess he will be just. I guess when he finds out, he will be shouting curses. Sorry.
Okay, Maniacal gonna fight Armos Knights. Sets up for the quick kill.
Oh
and
man,
gets
that's
it,
happening.
and it is just the map. But he does get his first crystal. So Maniacal on the board with his first crystal at 51 minutes.
I seriously don't know how the people can mash that so quickly. I tried it myself, and it's almost impossible, honestly.
Well, as my dad used to say about hard things, years of practice and self-denial.
Self-denial? What? I mean, I guess, but still.
Maniacal thinking maybe he has mitts, does not have help. And a book on Desert Ledge, not going to help him because he can't get that without a mirror. And a mirror, a flute, and mitts. Okay, so let's see if he...
Well, at least that rules out one thing that could be at that bubble. I mean, who'll be the first one?
Okay, he's heading back over to Super Metroid. Hopefully he heads over to Bubble Mountain.
Oh, Lily, I noticed that. I'm not too sure you noticed, Tracy, but YeOldFartGamer was 1 rupee away from being able to see Zora, so he had to farm.
Well, getting 1 rupee is not too bad. Okay, Maniacal, I think, has figured out where he hasn't looked and is heading over there right now.
I mean, they sometimes say race. Sometimes bad luck can just strike you like crazy. I think I had the conversation.
Okay, maybe not. Maniacal, go back in. Go back in. Go back to Bubble Mountain.
Oh no. Oh great. We're gonna be here a while, folks.
Let's see, looks like Maniacal gonna fake flipper over to the hobo. We know there's nothing there.
Question is, if YeOldFartGamer actually finds that out first before Maniacal, is he able to come back?
We're way too early in the seed to talk about leads at this point. Not even an hour in. The real issue that YeOldFartGamer has is you can see that in general, his just general movement in both games is a lot weaker than Maniacal, so it's going to take a lot more than this one item. Maniacal will eventually figure out what his mistake was.
True. I think Kairos what they say is true. I think Bubble Mountain might just be the last one, possibly.
No, he's gonna last location. I mean, he already is last locationing it.
Oh wait, Maniacal actually has another thing he could check. Well, actually, no, not sure you already checked that before.
Yeah, we've seen Lumberjack.
Yeah.
He thinks maybe he doesn't remember what it was. I believe it was just rupees. But it was definitely nothing. Oh, it's just a piece of heart. So yeah, definitely not what he's looking for.
Yeah. Though you can't say defeating Aga is not a good thing. At least he has access to Dark World from there. If he gets the Moon Pearl first before the.
Well, he had, yeah. So Aga was completely unnecessary. He has a hammer and he has a glove, and the item there on the pyramid was nothing, and the item at Lumberjack was nothing. So yeah, I mean, it happens. You forget one location. It's happened to all of us. If it hasn't happened to you, you haven't played this game enough.
Ham said that he had a Morphless Norfair today with the same equipment. Oh, rough. Well, he did it just to open. He has an opportunity to open up to go to Dark World through the castle, so that's one advantage of doing that. Of course, he might have forgotten the item on the Lumberjack, so that's why he did it.
It's not really that big of an advantage, to be perfectly honest. Especially once you get the mirror, when you save and quit from the Dark World, and you're going to just end up on the pyramid instead of being able to choose between the Light World areas. There really is no upside to having done Aga in this situation, unfortunately, for Maniacal. It just ends up being a straight-up time loss.
You have a point.
Yeah, Bressingham. He checked everything and he got some good items, so there's every reason to believe that there was not going to be anything there. Unfortunately, there has to be something there. It's the only thing I can think of that he hasn't checked.
I feel like once YeOldFartGamer finally goes to Norfair, he might be able to see what the item is. If it ends up being something incredible, then yeah.
Well, again, Maniacal is going to get there, and YeOldFartGamer, no matter what that item is, no matter whether he gets to it first, is going to be in an uphill battle, no matter what.
Yeah, I guess so.
Now, the argument in chat that says it's not a time loss because YeOldFartGamer is doing as well, I would argue that it's a time loss for both of them. It just evened out, so it's still a straight-up time loss. Maniacal's heading over to Ice Rod Cave. I'm pretty certain he did check this. Yeah, the hole is bombed out, so.
Man, it reminds me of the time when I raced someone for ALTTP regular, or vanilla at least, and I managed to win because I realized that top right hand corner of desert was available to me early, and it had the Moon Pearl.
You mean the regular randomizer? Vanilla would refer to the actual regular game.
Oh yeah, sorry, excuse me. Vanilla randomizer.
Well, we do see the map. There's a pendant on Mire, red crystals on Pod and Skull Woods. Not that does a whole lot of good for Maniacal, because in this bunny form, there's nothing else he can check here. But you at least still get the information of the Dark World layout. Pendant Mire is not a bad one to have, and those red crystals are pretty easy.
They missed the Bubble Mountain item, and we're very certain that it's a key item that will help them progress.
It's got to be the progression item. We can't think of anything else that we haven't seen.
It's progression. We don't know what. Yeah, true. Depending on what item it is, it could be progression on either game. Either a progression inside.
Well, okay. The point is, it's an important item.
Yeah.
Okay, Maniacal heading over to Death Mountain. Hopefully, he heads back into Super Metroid.
He is like, oh, it's gonna be missiles. I will laugh if it actually is, and we are completely forgetting one more item.
Okay.
Well, as we said many times before, I'm pretty sure we have checked almost everywhere.
Okay, heading over towards Bubble Mountain. Hopefully this will be the item. We'll check this, just a missile. Okay, as YeOldFartGamer continues up Ganon's tower, he looks like he's taking this kind of slow, trying to be safe. Only on 2 hearts, he's gonna have to be careful. Yeah, yeah, I think he sees now that he's skipped the item, that little blue dot. And let's find out just what he skipped.
Here we go.
And it's a speed boost. Oh god, it's a speed booster. That actually opens up a lot, but not really what you want to find, because we still don't have a morph ball. So now he's going to have to go all the way back through a cathedral, and then he's going to have to go speed booster through. He's got a couple of choices, actually. He could go back to Brinstar. There's quite a few things he can check. But he's in Norfair, so more likely, I think he's going to head over to Croc. Speed booster plus wave beam will get you over to Crocomire without a morph ball.
Well, I guess most of our predictions were wrong.
So it's interesting that Bubble Mountain area having a space jump, a wave beam, and a speed booster. That's like everything. Well, the space jump not so well. No, space jump actually opens up an extra item in the Crocomire area. So definitely gonna head over that way.
Oh, still remember the time I did a ALTTP SM race. I had one pendant dungeon contain like 3 of my key items.
Not unusual.
Really?
Really, that's not unusual at all.
Great.
Okay, Maniacal is gonna head over to Croc. Pretty good ammo count. Really good ammo count for this, in fact. So we don't have charge beam. Yeah, a couple of notes in chat. So we don't allow auto trackers in the tournament, mainly because of dark items. So if you get an item in a dark room, the auto tracker will see it and you won't. Maniacal uses separate Link to the Past and Super Metroid trackers. He uses the old cross-product tracker for Link to the Past with the map, and uses also cross-products Super Metroid tracker. And neither one of those shows the map for Link to the Past, so those aren't really going to do much for him. So he doesn't have a map tracker for Super Metroid. He's a veteran. He's been playing the Super Metroid Randomizer, that part of this for pretty much since it came out, as far as I know. Certainly since 2017. He was in the inaugural Super Metroid Randomizer tournament, so he's very familiar with the map. Of course, in that tournament, you would always get Morph Ball fairly early, so that does change things a little bit.
Fair enough, as you were talking. YeOldFartGamer just finished Aga, which is going to get the 5 rupees that we found earlier. Crocomire's item was of another vanilla energy tank, and now he's going to check the grappling cave and the other items around there.
Yeah, you can check 3 of the 4 items in this area. The 4th one being behind Morph Ball. Doesn't care about the piece of heart. Gamer, in the meantime, is trying to figure out what he needs to do. He still needs to get over to Spiral Cave to get his bow, as well as get over to Bubble Mountain.
I didn't just say grappling cave. Whoops.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oof. Rocky just mentioned that his second ever SMZ3 seed was a nightmare, culminating in a blind pedestal pull for a required book. Ugh.
Okay, so now I'm really curious what we're missing, because this short charge that Maniacal's trying to do is not actually in logic in normal mode, and the gate glitch that would be the alternative also not in logic in normal mode. So there's something that we're all forgetting. Oh, right. Good point in chat by Kuros. Green Brinstar. He can go back to the ship and do that. He's probably just going to want to do this now because he can. But I wish he'd go for the green gate glitch instead of this short charge. For him, that should be a much easier strat than this. This is basically either a stutter 2 or a stutter 3.
Carlos made a good point, especially the fact that there's that area with like 3 items available to you if you have the speed booster. Wait, no, not 3, 4.
Okay, the speed booster opens up. Actually, the speed booster opens up quite a few items. We do see some powder. At least, there's at least 5 items that speed booster opens up in the Brinstar criteria area. And 20 rupees. That powder might be something.
It does open up the bat.
Yeah. That's why I said that powder might be something. The powder it is the best fetch quest item. If you're going to get one, that's the one to get, because it does have other uses. Unlike the mushroom or the shovel. Meanwhile, YeOldFartGamer not really, having trouble figuring out exactly what he needs to do next. Honestly, this is one of those times where I really wish I could just go in and tell him, send him a link to a map, just of the game, because it just seems like he's just not as familiar with the map
Meanwhile,
of
Kairos.
Link to the Past as he could be.
Sorry about that. Meanwhile, Kairos actually has a very good point. Mushroom is fake powder. I've seen that usage before.
Yeah, and if you have powder, it doesn't matter.
I mean, he's just saying that if you have mushroom only, if you don't have the powder, it is good use for fake powder.
Okay. Okay. Maniacal can head back into Link to the Past. Probably going to reset to the ship, though, I suspect. Yeah, doesn't even have to save and quit, because once he goes through that cave, right through that transition, it does save things.
Oh, really? I actually didn't know that, huh?
Yeah, the game saves every time you go through a transition between games. Okay, so we're going to get these checks. First, we're going to see probably something. There might be something over at Terminator. Maniacal going to have to do. It's a very simple short charge here. This is in logic because you can get a running start from the previous room without having to do a short charge. And there's a mirror. That doesn't open anything new up. No, that doesn't open anything new up because Hera was already available.
Mirror. I like that.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead down. He can check 2 items here. Actually, he can check 3 items, and he can get 2 of them. And if he's really fast, he can actually get the item on the bridge, but he won't go for that unless it's something really good. And if it is something really good, he'll save before going for it.
I keep getting that we still don't have the morph ball, actually, and not thinking about it. Pardon me.
Well, now we have a Moon Pearl, so Dark World access.
Aha! There we go.
So that just opened a ton of stuff. 50 rupees? Eh. Maniacal not even going to bother to check the rest. There are 2 more checks you can make by going all the way over to Bubble Mountain. Decides not to do them. Okay, Gamer stops his pause, saves and quits. Let's see where he goes. Heading over to Sanctuary.
I mean, 5 items versus, I don't know, 70 plus items in Link to the Past. Sensible.
And now that mirror becomes useful because he'll be able to use it to do extra checks as he goes through the Dark World.
Separate Fire Dog, Maniacal basically went to, I believe it was Green Brinstar, and he finally found the Moon Pearl. So now he's going back to Link to the Past to finally access more of Hyrule.
Yep, now he'll be able to go straight to the Dark World. Just a question of where is he going to go there from. Probably just going to go ahead and take the portal here and start with Hype Cave. And indeed, that's where he's headed. Okay, let's see if Hype Cave has anything for us today. See if it lives up to the hype or lets us down.
I was about to make a somewhat similar joke to what you just said.
Missiles, an E-tank, piece of heart. Missiles. Actually, the first one was supers. Another piece of heart. Well, he's now at 5 container hearts, so I guess that's something, but nothing completely useless, but nothing completely useful either. And it looks like Maniacal's going to head straight on over to Pod. He has everything he needs to clear it. It is a crystal. In fact, it is a 5/6 crystal. So I really like this call to do this first. Okay, gamer now checking some areas you don't often see. Yeah, Death Mountain is that area in A Link to the Past that if you don't know it well, it's very, very confusing. Okay, Maniacal, gonna check out that pod first item. Also, nice that he has the mirror. Mirror makes pod a lot nicer to route.
Palace of Darkness might just be called Palace of Keys at this point. I can't remember how many keys you can get in this place.
Well, there are 6 total keys. There has to be at least 4 in the first 6 chests, or else you can't logically do the whole thing. Basically, key logic in pod is one of those things that it's kind of goofy because one of the places you can't have a key is the dark maze, but that's because in the vanilla game you have a key there, but you also will get the hammer there. And if you don't get a key, if you put a key there, the game basically wants you to place these keys in such a way and assumes that you're going to use it in the worst possible way. So by putting a key in the dark maze, you can actually lock yourself out from being able to do everything, since you won't have that hammer necessarily. Okay.
Just want to comment on Maniacal's routing, because that mountain routing is beautiful. Allows you to just go everywhere inside Palace of Darkness quickly without needing to backtrack.
Yeah, always like to have mirror in pod. Otherwise, you're doing a whole lot of death warping or a whole lot of backtracking. Oh, and Gamer missing that spiral. Okay, there he goes. He's going to get to that spiral cave now, so at least get his bow. And we get an item there in 10 arrows. Not very useful. Maniacal going to go ahead and pound these hammer guys, these little moles. And we'll head over to the back.
I guess we're just narrowing down the chest left in Palace of Darkness.
And here he's just going to reset this room because otherwise those beetles are going to be in a very bad spot for him to jump over. Okay, Gamer gets his bow, so maybe he might, he could probably do the same thing Maniacal did. Go ahead and finish up Eastern Palace while he's thinking about what his next move is going to be.
I think Maniacal actually skipped a bit of a trick he actually could do, similar to what the bomb that he threw on the chest on the right hand side. He actually can also throw the bomb to bomb the area towards the big chest. I'd say he didn't really do it, but it's a good thing you can try.
To answer the question, I do not know what tracker Gamer uses. I'm very, very familiar with Maniacal as a runner. He's actually a good friend of mine. I don't know YeOldFartGamer very well at all. And as to, Maniacal wasn't going to, I mean, he could have thrown the bomb and opened the hole ahead of time. There is a bomb jump you can do, but it doesn't make any sense to do it when you don't have the big key. And he didn't have it at that time. So he's just going to come from the normal way. Yeah, so, and in chat asking about, as you're asking in chat about the last location. So, Maniacal did get the bow in Spiral Cave. What happened was he went over to Bubble Mountain, got a space jump, got a wave beam, but forgot to check the missiles in Bubble Mountain, and that's where Speed Booster was. And if Speed Booster eventually led to the Moon Pearl. Of course, we still don't have a Morph Ball. The Moon Pearl being over at the Brinstar Reserve Tank.
Sorry, I wasn't actually paying attention. Has Maniacal found all the dungeon items?
I'm gonna guess he did. Don't recall seeing a map or a compass, but he does have to finish this dungeon. It is a crystal. Yeah, he has not found a map. You can see on his menu. So the map will be the item on Helmosaur. So he's just gonna go ahead and finish this out.
Bummer. Oh well.
Not really. It's a crystal dungeon. He's making progression, and there's still a lot to check.
I mean, it still is the mystery of the Morph Ball continued.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you can make progress in crystal dungeons, that's not the worst thing in the world. There's a lot of Darkhold he can still check after this. He will be able to, for instance, go full clear Thieves Town. It would be really nice if he could find a Fire Rod and finish Skull Woods, because then he could do Pyramid Fairy if he wants to.
Norfair Business Center? What?
The business center is where the elevator between Norfair is, where the save is, and where you get to high jump boots and where you get to ice beam and all that stuff.
That's
first area in Norfair.
Okay.
Yeah, all the Super Metroid rooms have names. I don't know all of them because they don't all come up regularly, but we've over the years named all the areas. Okay, and Maniacal in his Helmosaur fight, kind of similar to Vanilla, except he's got blue mail instead of green mail. Maybe a few less hearts, so pretty close to what you'd get if you were just playing this game vanilla.
I'm also be doing ALTTP randomizers on their own, so I remember all the names were there, but I actually didn't even know that you guys have named names for the Super Metroid rooms. And my friend whines about the names of all the time.
Okay, and there is that map and the crystal. So that's 2 crystals down from Maniacal. Okay, Maniacal is just going to go ahead and looks like he's going to go check Catfish, probably into Pyramid Ledge. Sorry, not Pyramid. We've done that already. Graveyard Ledge. Possibly check out the King's Tomb on his way over to Village of Outcasts. Probably not a better time to do that than now. Otherwise, he's going to orphan these areas pretty badly. Also, he knows he's got an advantage in terms of just experience and movement in both these games. So it's going to pay off for him more if he's pretty thorough with his checks to mitigate against not finding something the gamer does. Okay, gamer finishing out the Armos Knights, gets his map for his trouble, gets his first crystal, and now we'll have to figure out what to do next. Hopefully he knows that he has that various suit, he has that high jump. Hopefully he does realize he can go over to Bubble Mountain.
Alright, let's see what the fish has. A
hook shot. Okay. Not hook shot, a grapple beam. That makes a huge difference. The Super Metroid version of the hook shot.
True.
Not the best. I mean, you've got space jump, so it doesn't. The only thing it unlocks is Shack Tool, and it doesn't unlock Shack Tool yet because of the fact we don't have a gravity suit.
Pretty much.
So you'd prefer not to have Shack Tool and Logic, but grapple does have its other uses. So Not the worst item either. Okay, Gamer, having taken a time to think about what he's doing next, is going to continue on. Looks like he is going to save and quit.
I see what Maniacal's doing. He's probably going to check the graveyard item here. He's going to use the mirror.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He's going to check this King's Tomb item, and he's going to check Graveyard Ledge.
Oh wait, that's the King's Tomb.
Yeah, he'll check Graveyard Ledge next. He can check this because of the mirror. He can check this without having the mitts.
My bad. Oh, and now YeOldFartGamer just realized that the book is on the desert ledge.
Yeah, can't really get to that. Yeah, the runners, they'll have to get to the Desert Palace via Mirror Flute or using the portal from Lower Norfair. But I mean, desert's a pendant anyway, so ideally you don't ever end up having to go there. Okay, Maniacal continuing his Northside Dark World checks.
Actually, just curious, with strategy when it comes to pendant dungeons, do you try looking for items until you have all the non-dungeon items, or do you just skip them?
I do full clearable crystal dungeons first, and then when it becomes a choice between a full clearable pendant dungeon or a crystal dungeon that is partially clearable, I have to weigh my options. I like to see what exactly is in logic. Oh, and that's a Bombos there. He might have to come back for that with the cape. But I like to weigh my options, like which dungeon has more items that are accessible. Does the full clearable pendant dungeon have more items? Does the partially clearable crystal dungeon have more items? Is there a good overworld check to do that's got a dense area? Item density is a big thing for all of that.
Pretty sure really just all about experience, knowing what you want and what you don't want to do. And Near Terrific, thank you so much for the 2-man raid.
All right. So far, just Piece of Heart and Village Outcast. We're going to check the Bombable Hut now. And just a Super Missile. My guess is going to clear these 3 checks in Village Outcast and then go ahead and go into Thieves Town. Or we're going to do Thieves Town first?
Sorry about that.
Okay, he's gonna go back into Thieves Town after he checks this one last spot.
Near Terrific, we're hoping that he's just trying to figure out what he's wanting to does next.
Yeah, so what YeOldFartGamer needs to do right now is he needs to head over into Norfair without a Morph Ball. Use the high jump boots to get over into Bubble Mountain. The Bubble Mountain area has for him Space Jump, Wave Beam, and Speed Booster. And that Speed Booster eventually will lead him to the Moon Pearl and the Mirror over in Brinstar. Okay, of course we always have to get the big key in these first chests in Thieves Town. And we see and there's the Morph Ball in Thieves Town. That's not too bad.
Not as bad.
Alright, he's gonna still finish this dungeon. It is a crystal dungeon. It is full clearable. My guess is he'll do the rest of Thieves Town, probably clear out, make his way to some of the easy Dark World checks south of here, and then make his way over back into Super Metroid.
Oof, I wish I could play a game of hard go with YeOldFartGamer right now, because he's so close to where he needs to go. Oh, and he died.
Yeah, fortunately that didn't take him too far away from the starting point. 4 hearts is tough. These boulders do 1 heart of damage. The dead rocks do I see even with Boom Mail, I believe, do a full heart of damage.
It's rough.
Okay, so the question about the Skullwoods front checks in SMZ3 versus Link to the Past, I would say they have about the same value. I think a lot of people overvalue those chests. A lot of people like to say they're just overworld checks, but so often the front part of Skullwoods is mostly, if not completely, keys and dungeon items. So it's basically the same thing. We do see a key in the Maiden's chest, so that means we're going to check the big chest. I do believe there's one item left.
Sorry about that. I will admit I also underwhelmed those chests over there. I don't usually check them until I need to go to Skullwoods. Admittedly, it hasn't hurt me, but it's probably gonna bite me in the butt soon enough.
Well, everything you do will bite you in the butt some point. Okay, just the compass in the big chest, so that means Blind has the last item. Okay, actually, yeah, I don't think Gamer's done Tower of Terror yet, so there was nothing here, unfortunately. But you know, it's at least he's doing something, making some making a decision. The worst thing you can do in these situations is do nothing. At least you're moving around. Okay, so it was missiles in the first item. Yeah, you can't hookshot that. Okay, Blind, if you do it right, is a scripted fight. He will respond the same way every time you do it. If you make all the same movements, Maniacal so far staying on script. And finishes him off. No problem. And just 20 rupees for his trouble. So the only real thing of value was that morph ball, but oh, what a value.
Indeed, opens up a lot of stuff now.
Oh, he's got pretty much all of Super Metroid but Meridia open to him. Some of it's, yeah, all of it's logically open because he does have a way to get over to the wrecked ship with both the grapple beam and the space jump. So the only thing not available to him is Meridia, and really Lower Norfair is not logically available. Maniacal knows very well how to do a lava dive, so if he wanted to go there, he could. I doubt he would. He doesn't quite have a good item set for it, but it is definitely something he might do before it's actually in logic. Okay, gonna check the Mad Batter here. See what that powder has for us. Oh, and Gamer falling down here, and unfortunately just a piece of heart there. Okay, Maniacal going back into that mirror portal, going back into the Dark World, has a few more checks he can do. He'll do the Dig Game, Old Stumpy, and the cave south of the Grove. Gamer unfortunately falling down again. Just a power bomb pack, but that's actually really useful because when Maniacal does go into SM, 20 power bombs he's gonna have at least 20 power bombs, and that's a really good amount to just do a full clear Brinstar.
Not sure you noticed, but Michael actually dig under the uncle there just now. Actually didn't know you can do that. 4 container for Stumpy. Now you can actually check the mirror the ledge here, right?
Yes. Well, you have to have the mirror for it, so yeah. Just 20 rupees. So he's gonna flute away, probably gonna head back into Super Metroid. Actually, probably gonna do Kraid first would be my guess. Probably gonna flute over to 1. Nope, gonna flute over to 3. Okay. Maybe gonna go see what he can do in Skullwoods. Doesn't have the fire rod, so you can't full clear this. YeOldFartGamer, having found both items in Tower of Hera, is not sure what to do next. Or no, he didn't find the second item. He's still working on getting up there, I guess.
No surprise he's doing the hammer a lot. Hammer helps a lot with this area, especially with the overworld enemies.
Well, the hammer does tempered sword damage, so it's a stronger weapon, but it's got a terrible hitbox, so you're not gonna. It's not really the best weapon to use if you can avoid it. Okay, Maniacal so far not finding much in the first chest of Skullwoods. Actually, he found a key, so at least he can keep going. Finds the big key, so he can go check the big chest. So another difference here is there is no item in the pinball room in in Link to the Past version 31 that can now be an item. In SMZ3, it's still guaranteed to be a small key.
Maniacal but taking the bomb jump here. And nope. Bomb jump helps a lot with navigating certain areas, especially if we don't want to enter certain areas, like activating the hello half magic.
Yeah, so that was just 20 rupees, and we'll move to the middle. He's got one more location he can check.
Actually, perfect timing for that half match. Actually, then again, he doesn't have the fire rod, does he?
No, he doesn't have the fire rod,
Never
so
mind.
he cannot finish this.
Well, never mind. I stand corrected.
Okay, don't want to get grabbed by the hand, it'll reset the room. And it has that statue in kind of an awkward position to grab because it's really too close to that switch. Does manage to get it.
Not only that, lots of pausing when you step on the switch and back it again.
Okay. Sees a map, so that means the last item is in the back of Skullwoods, possibly on Mothula. Now let's see where he goes next. Probably going to go back into Super Metroid.
And
Meanwhile,
he does reset.
Meanwhile, YeOldFartGamer going to go ahead and kill Moldor, just in case it becomes required. Or just as something to do. And Maniacal going to start out. Going to start out in Criteria.
And as Tracy said, the hammer does do tempered sword damage, so you can see right there, Moldor goes down in 3 hits of the hammer.
Okay, Maniacal doesn't care about that regular missile. Looks like he may head over to the wreck ship.
Surprised he's not gambling on the top left of the ship.
Gauntlet?
I think so. At least I think that's the room I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Skips over the +5 bombs.
Yeah, he doesn't need those. He's got so many choices right now that there really isn't a bad choice. But the going to wreck ship at least gets him a boss down. The question is whether he does all of wreck ship or if he just does Fantoon and some of the earlier checks and leaves. YeOldFartGamer doing the cutscene down here isn't going to find any items here. Because the items are the missile in the first part of the basement that you can get to from the front of Tower Hera, and there's I want to say some sort of capacity upgrade in these chests right below the big chest. Don't need bombs anymore. Bombs are that weird item in Link to the Past at the very beginning that's like what you want to see, and you have to be very cognizant of your bomb count. Then once you get past that early stage, you just don't want anymore.
Just checking. That's the only item you can check before you activate the wreck ship, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Everything else, nothing else will be available until Phantoon is dead.
Speaking of which,
yeah, this is a very comfy Phantoon fight for Maniacal. 7 E-tanks, some reserves, 65 missiles, various suit. This will not be a problem.
I will admit it's a bit of a problem for me because I'm not too sure of the strategy to defeat Phantoon quick.
Okay, so what he's going to do is fire 2 missiles here and another 2 missiles here. And then when Phantoon comes back on the screen, he's going to fire as many missiles as he can while walking towards him. And then rinse, repeat.
Okay.
And unfortunately, it gets a fast eye close, doesn't quite get the missiles in, so he's going to have to go through this invisible phase. The invisible phase in Phantoon, this one wasn't too bad. It looks like a mid. Just like the regular phases in Phantoon, also have a slow, mid, and fast.
I echoed that thank you from Kairos. And echo that like first reactions from Kairos as well. Meanwhile, I think YeOldFartGamer is still trying to think. He still probably has not had Norfair in the mind yet.
Alright, Maniacal finishing up Phantoon with a super missile. Don't want to fire that super missile until Phantoon's down to 600 HP or less. Otherwise, he'll go into an enrage phase. There is a slight color change when Phantoon gets to that 600 HP amount. It is a very subtle color change and very easy to miss. So a lot of runners will go ahead and just count instead of looking for that color change. And sometimes it's hard to catch if you fire a bunch of missiles and then the super. So Maniacal doing a good job of finishing Phantoon off. I'm going to check these right side supers first. Okay, YeOldFartGamer in the right game, but in the wrong part of the right game.
I get that, Rocky. I get that.
Okay, gonna check the left supers here. Oh, and it's a gravity suit.
Oh, perfect.
So Maniacal has everything he needs to do to everything he needs to finish SM, except he'll need some more ammo or he'll need a charge beam. His ammo is always pretty good, 65-40. Ideally, you want at least 60 super missiles and 40 regular missiles. He's got way more than enough regular missiles if he just picks up 4 more super packs. And more than enough power bombs to do Torian if he doesn't find an ice beam.
Sambuka, to address your question, I'm not too sure, honestly. I wasn't there to watch the match either. Tracy, do you know?
Nah, I don't believe that was restreamed.
Ah.
And just 20 rupees at the wreck ship energy tank. So Maniacal's now going to have to make a decision. Is he going to check the top half of wreck ship, or is he going to bail? And I think knowing that I think he's going to check it. It's one of those things where knowing his competition, knowing that he's playing a relatively inexperienced player, probably wants to be a little more thorough in his checks than he might otherwise be.
I mean, not only that, but isn't the top part of the wreck ship quite disconnected to the whole map?
No.
I mean, in the sense that it's like only like one way. Once you get up there, there's no way you can go up. No, there's no way to get up there except through the door up there.
Yeah, that's true, but I don't understand what you mean by disconnected. I mean, it's certainly out of the way, and a lot of runners will skip it if given a chance.
There we go. That's why I meant out of the way. There we go.
Okay, and you notice he opens that door ahead of time so that when he comes back through, he won't have to kill all the enemies a second time. Enters what I like to call the most annoying room of the game, the worker robot room.
Agreed.
And we'll see if there's anything here. Just 20 rupees, gonna leave. Not gonna pick that up. Okay, YeOldFartGamer back at Link's house, trying to figure out what to do next.
Oh boy, reminds me. This situation reminds me of like when I raced someone else in the ALTTP. I got stuck because I didn't know that with the high jump boots you can actually access wreck ship.
High jump alone does not give you access to wreck ship.
Oh wait, no.
You need space jump, grapple beam. In normal logic, you need space jump or grapple beam or gravity suit.
No, I'm trying to remember because I remember that I could access wreck ship,
And a quake
but with the
medallion.
items I had. Oh, that's helpful.
Maybe.
But yeah, I remember being able to access, but I forgot what items I had.
Okay.
have to
Well,
check my own
anyway,
stream.
back to what we're seeing in front of us. That quake medallion may or may not be needed. We don't know what medallion requirements are. What the medallion requirement is for TR. We don't know if we'll even need to go into Mire. And Maniacal gonna go ahead and go through bowling. I don't think he checked the item at the reserve tank, so he'll just blind check it, I suspect. And YeOldFartGamer trying some fake flippering. Gonna find out that without a Moon Pearl, this is not gonna work. For whatever reason, you can't actually. It won't put you back into the water rock stage that it will do. So he's still notice he's still swimming. You have to have a Moon Pearl to get back into the walking stage to actually open those chests.
I made that mistake a few times before I actually found out about this.
Okay, I'm gonna get. It looks like Maniacal did check the item up at the reserve tank because he's ignoring those missiles as you would expect, and leaving the wreck ship. So the wreck ship had gravity suit, which is super important, but still a ton of stuff to find. My guess is we're going to see quite a bit of Super Metroid cleanup for a while.
Super Bean, I believe YeOldFartGamer has not checked Northern at all.
He checked high jump boots.
Oh wait, there's that. Oh yeah, true.
Or I should say high jump boots E-Tank, since you can't actually get to the other items there.
True.
Okay, so now Maniacal's going to go through the gauntlet.
Lovely design of that area because the ledge on the right hand side is actually high enough to where if you oh boy, what do you call that?
Giant spark?
Shoot the speed shine spark towards like to the left, it actually lands you perfectly in that door.
Yeah, in fact, the opening cutscenes in the game actually show you that you can do that. So, if you watch the intro.
But still, beautiful design of the game.
Okay, let's see what's at the back of Gauntlet. Plasma beam, that's a nice find. It'd be really nice if you could find that charge beam, that you wouldn't have to worry about ammo at all. Gonna farm a couple power bombs here. And I'll be able to do the rest of these early Brinstar checks. Okay, so Morph Ball was in Thieves Town. The reason for the disparity is that YeOldFartGamer does not know that he has the items he can to get over to Bubble Mountain, and he needs to get to Bubble Mountain to get Space Jump, Wave Beam, and Speed Booster. Speed Booster will lead him to a Moon Pearl right about where Maniacal's entering right now. This Moon Pearl he already got, of course, earlier. Of course, he couldn't get back here because he had a Morph Ball. Oh, flippers. We do need the flippers.
Shattered Dome, the Morph Ball was inside the Den of Thieves.
Yeah, it was in Thieves Town. I just answered that. Okay, Maniacal
Whoops.
heading down to the Edacoons. Let's see if
Shows
there's
how much
anything
I
here.
pay attention.
Okay, and let's see if the Edacoons have anything for us. Oh, a Tempered Sword. That's a nice find. Maniacal, perfectly capable of finishing the game with just the Master Sword, but will be much happier to be able to do it with this Tempered Sword free right in his way.
Let alone the Gold Sword.
Yeah, you know, some runners actually prefer the Tempered Sword or the Gold Sword. I don't know what Maniacal's thoughts on that are. I've never actually asked him about it, but Tempered Sword is more than enough, though. Also depends on when you get it, because the Gold Sword is pretty nice to have, say, in a Trinex fight or a Cold Stare fight, both of whom we do need to kill in this seed. And of course, it also depends on just how far out of the way it is when you find it. Okay, now we're going to get our first look over at the big pink area with 20 power bombs and 30 at maximum. Maniacal's going to have more than enough to full clear this area. Okay, sees bombs over here at this missile location. Gonna go ahead and do the Mission Impossible strat. I'm gonna try and grab this item, jump back through the block. Doesn't quite get it. And we'll backdoor the Spore Spawn missiles. Game, we're going to go ahead and do some exploration as a bunny in the Dark World. Unfortunately, there's nothing he can get as a bunny from here. Just super missiles at Spore Spawn Super, so vanilla. And we're going to head over to the Wave Gate.
You know what surprised me, Tracy?
Yeah?
The fact that we haven't found the rods.
Okay, well, I mean, they're around. We'll find them.
I would laugh that was the rod, but Chaos Samara helps a lot, actually. Helps,
It doesn't actually do anything for us yet. Of course, it will allow us to get into Turtle Rock once we have access to it.
I mean, quick
it's such
access
a
of
late...
Ice Palace.
Maniacal does not do Icebreaker, so it actually doesn't do anything for him there.
Ah.
And the bomb jump mitigates any time that oh, red mail, that's a nice pickup. Maniacal will do the bomb jump strat instead, and that'll negate any possibility if Ice Palace is logically Samario locked.
Vortex also just reminded us, we still have the Titan's Myth.
Yeah, no mids yet. We're quite a ways from go mode. We do need both Fire Rod and Ice Rod, like you said. We need a medallion. I forget which medallions he has. It's not quite tracked, but we can when he gets back to Link to the Past, we can check. We do need. Yeah, that's it. That's actually, you know what? That's all we need. We need the rods, and we need whatever medallion.
Well, I also want to say, I remember that the Quick medallion was already earned on top of the wreck ship, and the Bombos medallion was on the cape, the magic cape.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I know. I thought we saw Bombos, and I thought we'd gotten Quake. I knew there was one we'd gotten. So yeah, Maniacal is in really good position here. He's basically, and that Ice Beam is going to help out as well. He is ammo or charge beam away from go mode on the Super Metroid side. He needs both rods and whatever medallion.
Oh, hello! I think we have a forfeit. Do we?
Well,
it says Marta that he forfeited.
Hang on, let me read this.
Yeah, he just resetted the timer.
And I think this is when, yeah, because Maniacal and YeOldFartGamer are typing quite a bit. Okay, well, we'll continue to watch Maniacal. Finds
Oh,
an
well.
X-ray scope, which is only useful if we find charge beam. Is going to check the Billy Mays items.
Billy Mays.
Yeah, the Billy Mays, because we get 2 items, but wait, there's more.
Oh yeah, true. Billy Mays here with the spring ball.
Yeah, in the meantime, I didn't actually see what was there. Was it a spring ball?
Yeah, it was a spring ball.
Nice.
I spent 5 minutes checking my tracker and let's see if I missed anything.
Yeah, don't read that.
My bad. Sorry, first time.
Okay, Maniacal gonna finish up this area, clean up, gonna go ahead and check the Criteria Super Missile location.
Thanks, Silver Bane actually speaks it out perfectly, honestly. GG's to both players.
So Maniacal is trying to help out Gamer, trying to, because Gamer clearly doesn't know about the going over to the Bubble Mountain area. And so there's a lot of typing going on in the S. But yeah, yeah, it is true. Okay, we're gonna see what items are here.
Ouch, Nitoric. Oh, Nitorific, sorry. I added pronouncing names.
Okay. Okay, well, we see YeOldFartGamer in chat, so that means he can't go back and unforfeit. So, we'll just have to watch Maniacal finish this out.
Yep.
And he's gonna check 230 missiles now.
Oh, Ghost Sword.
Yeah, well, that's nice.
Indeed.
Not what he's looking for. He I mean, really at this point, he doesn't care about a gold sword. What he wants is a fire rod, an ice rod, and mitts. I totally forgot about mitts when I was going through what he needed for go mode.
Silver Arrow also help out quite a bit as well if he wants to save time. Honestly, I feel like the strategy to do without silverless is like honestly a bigger pain.
Nah, if you know what you're doing, it's actually not too bad.
I actually don't know how to do it, honestly. I've seen people try it out, and honestly, I'm like, wow, that looks so difficult.
Okay. Okay, Maniacal, having done the Britain loop, is going to go ahead and refill the ship and probably save as well. Gonna probably head down Red Tower, go over towards Kraid. Okay, and you're noticing a lot of pausing because, like I said, there's a lot of typing going on between the two runners here in the SRL chat.
Well, I mean, if they're that lenient, DT, then I might actually try it out by myself. Then, if it's that lenient.
Yeah, honestly, Silverless is, in my opinion, a must-learn strat for any kind of competitive Link to the Past play. I mean, I'd rather do Silverless with a tempered or a gold sword than do a Master Sword with silvers.
That's surprising.
And if you've tried it, you wouldn't be surprised.
I might actually, now that you say that.
Okay, and charge beam. Okay, so SM not gonna be a problem. We don't care about ammo anymore. We have full beam combination. Now we just need to find those myths, those rods, and figure out what we need for Turtle Rock for a medallion.
let alone Silverless sword, Kairos.
Okay, gonna check X-ray now.
Ooh, that sounds difficult, Vortex. How did it go?
Okay, see what's that X-ray. Okay, we didn't find anything useful on X-ray. Maniacal, gonna head over towards Kraid. Forgetting about Spazer. I hope there's nothing good there. He's gonna go ahead and open the tube to Meridia. Looks like he's gonna do Meridia next. Thought maybe he would do Kraid next.
I think for a new person playing, the most awkward thing in the world is using a power bomb there, not moving, and seeing that nothing happens. I'm like, wait, what? And then when you move, shatters.
Maniacal doing a very tricky short charge down there to get the missile. Unfortunately, it wasn't anything useful. And keep in mind, Maniacal does need to finish this. Oh, and there's a fire rod. Okay, so we got one piece of our go mode.
I have to say, that item looked very important, and it actually was.
Well, Link to the Past stuff can be anywhere in SM, and SM stuff can almost be anywhere in Link to the Past. The exceptions being certain items will never be in GT. Anything progression will never be in GT. So Maniacal is going to go ahead and full clear Meridia. Yeah, and just at this point needs mitts, needs an ice rod, and needs whatever medallion. Yeah, 50 rupees in a shield. Maniacal doesn't want those. I happen to know he doesn't like picking up shields. And at this point, he spent all the money that he would need to spend. Having cleared Pod, doesn't need to spend Kiki money. Having already paid for Zora. Did the dig game, so it's done all the expensive stuff.
Now we go into what I like to call the many choices room.
It's called the Aqueduct.
Oh yeah, true. I forgot that name. Now, I say many choices because there's so many places you can go to find items. Top right, 2 items. Top left, the boss, and then of course the route towards the boss, and then down here 2 drop-down zones where you can find 2 items each.
Yep, this checking the sand pits. Looks like he's checking the right sand pit first. Finds a mushroom. That's kind of a that is one check that adds. Oh, but does find an ice rod, so that's really good. Now, this is not bad. He's potentially Mitz Go mode because he has a Quake. I believe it's the Quake he has. We know where Bombos is, so it might be that it's a Cape Go mode. Cape plus Mitz. The nice thing about a Mitz Go mode is there's a whole lot of stuff that those mitts will stop you from checking. And if it's the last item you need, you don't have to ever check those locations. Not entirely sure why he's going for the ice clip when he has grapple beam. But he gets it. Uses X-ray as an assist. And we're just going to have to wait out while Shack Tool digs out the sand. Now, right now, as far as Link to the Past, he can go back and finish Skull Woods. He can go full clear Swamp Palace. Needs the mitts to do ice. Needs the mitts to do Turtle Rock and whatever medallion. We don't know the medallion, and we won't know until he gets those mitts.
Do you think he will find the silvers before the mitts?
I don't think he cares whether he finds the silvers or before the mitts. He wants the mitts, and that's all he wants right now is those mitts. And my guess is he'll probably go. He might even once he gets them, he might even check Turtle Rock right away just to see if he's in go mode.
Good point. I'm just more so thinking of like item locations instead of really progression, honestly.
Yeah, well, he's still got a ton of Super Metroid to check. He skipped that Spazer, which has me a little bit worried. He has a whole lot of Norfair that he couldn't check before because he didn't have a Morph Ball. He's got Lower Norfair, which is completely in logic now because he's got both suits and Space Jump. He's got, he can full clear Swamp Palace, so it could be there.
More choices, more problems.
Yeah, the entire seed's open to him, and he's. And the fact that it's not a race anymore and he just needs to finish really doesn't help. because it's kind of like, oh, okay, this kind of leisurely. What do I do next? Instead of trying to do things as fast as you can. And I know in my case it would take the fun out of it. It's just not the same thing when your opponent's forfeited.
Oh, is he going for the skip?
He's gonna go for a green gate glitch here instead of going down. It's a little bit faster if you get that gate glitch right away. Probably checking his map to make it decide, do I really want to go back through Meridia? Do I want to go kill Kraid? Do I want to check Norfair? He's got so much open to him right now.
Kind of curious to see this glitch because I've never actually seen the green glitch in my life. Despite the fact I've seen so many runs of this.
Well, there it was. First try, Maniacal. Nicely done.
Simpler than I thought.
Okay, looks like he's gonna head over back towards Aqueduct. Maybe check the left sand pit. Probably gonna save before he does that so he can reset if there's nothing there.
Neat, terrific. I understand that. I'm just thinking about item collection style progression, honestly, at this point. As I said before.
Yeah, he's once he gets those mitts, like I said,
I
honestly think, well, no, he's got to check the Turtle Rock medallion requirement first.
Oh yeah, true.
Find out whether he's in go mode or not.
If it's
And
ether,
like I said,
then sorry.
And like I said, he's once he knows, then he can figure it out from there. He'll have to keep checking if it's not. Like I said, I think you're right. I think he does have Quake. We know where Bombos is, so he'd be looking for the cape, and I don't believe we've seen anything of ether yet.
Oh boy, if it's ether, oh boy, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, medallions are almost as bad as an ice rod hunt. And there's that ether, so that's good.
Never mind.
So he's probably not real happy he has to pick that up and can't just reset to a save, but he is going to go ahead and pick it up because he knows that ether could be. And now as long as he finds the cape, ideally he finds it before the mitts even, or that we just find out Turtle Rock is not Bombos. So both sand pits having stuff he wants, and unfortunately not being able to take that reset.
Meridia's a nightmare to route in a race.
Yeah, look, he knows how to route Meridia because he's a veteran hundo runner, and Meridia is not the funnest thing to route either in hundo. And looks like he's going to bail on Meridia. I like this call because he can do the rest of it from the back door later. Gonna go ahead and do Kraid now.
Silly how we've been into 2 hours into this run and we haven't even fought Kraid yet.
Yeah, but we're really close to go mode, so that's pretty irrelevant. Kraid
the
won't
magic
take
of randomizers, everybody.
Okay, just a missile at the Kraid missile. Okay, heading over to Kraid. I'm gonna set up for a quick kill. Very nicely done. Gets the quick kill. Just 300 rupees for his trouble. Okay, gonna check the Kraid energy tank. Just missiles. Probably didn't really mean to pick them up, but he did. He got them anyway. Probably was jumping before he realized what it was. Okay, now gonna head down to Norfair. and do the checks that he didn't do. He might just go straight to Lower Norfair and then do the rest of the checks on his way back up. Actually, what I would do is I would go over to Ice Beam and hit Lower Norfair from that direction. Oh, nope, he's gonna go. Okay, he's gonna go back into Link to the Past. Maybe finish up Skull Woods. Maybe go ahead and do Swamp Palace. Now let's keep an eye when he menus to see if he has that Quake Medallion. I do believe he does. But it looks like he's going to go ahead and finish up take that Fire Rod and finish up Skull Woods. Yeah, he's got Quake. So he's a Mitz, a Medallion, potentially away from Go.
Potentially Cape if it has to be Bomb Balls.
That's why I said Cape.
Oh, I heard Cape, never mind.
And of course with Gold Sword, it makes very quick work. Gold Sword and Red Mail makes very quick work of all these enemies. Yeah, it does need to use Fire Rod for this. Okay, probably gonna go, let's see. Yeah, gonna go straight to Mothula. Hopefully Moth has the item. If not, then he'll check the other chest under the bridge there. If he menus, I can actually see whether Moth could have the, whether that even could be the item or not. Because Moth cannot have a small key. So if Maniacal has both dungeon items, then Moth has to have the other item. I know we saw the big key earlier. Waits out the Wallmaster before falling into the hole. And makes very quick work of Mothula. And gets a compass, therefore the other item is going to be under the bridge, so he's going to have to go back in and get it. Okay, is going back in for this item.
Just bombs.
Okay, so Skullwood's not the answer. But we had to do Skullwoods anyway, so good we got it out of the way. Let's see where Maniacal heads next. Maybe gonna go into Swamp Palace. I'm gonna turn in that mushroom first. So for those of you that maybe came in late, YeOldFartGamer did not know that he could get over to Bubble Mountain with high jump boots and barrier suit and no morph ball. And he never got the important speed booster, not to mention a wave beam and a space jump that would allow him to get a moon pearl, which would eventually lead to the morph ball at Thieves Town. Okay, it looks like he is going to go ahead and do Swamp Palace now. I like this call. You got it again. Crystal Dungeon that you can full clear. Might as well do it. Now, looks like maybe he's going to do Pyramid Fairy first. Yeah, he's going to head off and do this Pyramid Fairy check.
Funny thing, I said for the advantage of opening up Dark World in the palace.
Yeah, this is the
'Cause
one
now
time this portal actually comes in handy in this situation. Because he'll be able to mirror right here, walk through the portal, and get to the Pyramid Fairy.
Us apart from using the hammer to go all the way around.
And we get a missile, and another missile. Okay, floating back to 4 and Link's house. Probably now gonna do Swamp Palace. And we'll see if Swamp Palace has what we're looking for. Okay, heading on into Swamp Palace. I'm gonna go ahead and let loose the dam.
Noctis Vigil also basically 1 hour and 15 minutes into the race, YeOldFartGamer forfeited. Basically because he did not know that with the high jump boots and the barrier suit, that he could go to deeper into North and collect the essential speed booster, which would have allowed him to go forward. So that's why he forfeited.
Okay, first chest in Swamp. Just an E-Tank, not what we're looking for. Okay, I haven't seen a dungeon item yet. He's probably gonna go ahead and do the back first.
YeOldFartGamer said, when I saw the book on the Desert Legend No Pro, I screamed. My wife thought I was dying.
Okay, now we do see a couple dungeon items, so there are items on the left side. So we'll have to see if Maniacal decides to go back and get them. And, you know, at this point, you might as well just full clear things as you get them. Find those myths, so you can finish the game. You'd hate to have to come back here in a situation where it's not a race. If it were a race, then skipping that location would make a lot of sense because it saves a lot of time if it's nothing. It's
Agreed.
only 1 or 2 items there. Yeah, morph ball bombs are nice. An extra container heart is nice. Not what he's looking for.
I mean, at least it discredits the need for power bombs now.
Well, he's got so many power bombs, it just doesn't matter. And there's 2 items on the left side because we just saw the map.
I mean, at least it's nice to know you don't need to worry about bombs. Nonetheless, that worry at least is gone.
All right, make quick work of Argus, and we see on here just 20 rupees. So with 2 items left, 2 items on the left side, we'll see if he goes back in. Yeah, he is gonna go ahead and go back in. Okay, let's hope. Honestly, I really hope we find Mit soon. Let's get into go mode and get this thing. Let's get her going.
Agreed.
Okay. The left side, just an annoying location to check. Really slow picking up that key. There is a way to do a bomb strat with the icebreaker. I've only seen it done once. I saw Andy do it in a Link to the Past race, where if you lay the bomb in the right spot, go back through to the other room and do an icebreaker, similar to the one that gets you to the back of the swamp. You can pick up the skull and get the key after flooding it.
Funny you mentioned that, Professor Renderer, because I actually just recently witnessed a ALTTP vanilla race. And man, I might actually try one myself, honestly. It's ironic. It's like you go to randomizers and then you think it's a lot of fun, and also you get burnt with it, and then you go back to vanilla like, wow, this is actually fun.
Okay, and we're gonna now see what's on left side swamp. Just a missile. Let's see if there's something in the other spot. And another missile. So we're gonna just mirror on out, and we're done with Swamp Palace. Okay, looks like Maniacal is going to go ahead and go to the back of Meridia and take the portal to finish that up.
Do we know what was on the... Sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What was your question?
Oh, no. Nah, because do we know what's on that floating island in the light world?
I don't recall if he checked it or not. It's behind the myths, so it's probably irrelevant. So unless it's the cape and Bombos is needed for TR, it doesn't matter what that is.
Okay.
Okay, but I'm going to start out by checking the Bat-Woon item. It's a blue cane, which is a nice safety. Not really necessary. Would have rather seen the cape so that we were guaranteed to go mode with the myths. And with this full beam combination plus X-ray, Maniacal is going to make very quick work of Dragon.
I actually just recently learned about that trick, and man, it was the coolest thing I've seen in my life. Just quick killing Dragon using the grappling beam. There's a missile pack, because obviously he doesn't even need this for this upcoming fight.
Okay, so Maniacal's going to crouch here, and when Dragon comes swooping down, he's going to let off a charge shot, and he's going to buffer it with that X-ray. And every time, since Dragon doesn't get iframes from this, he's going to go ahead and take multiple shots, and you'll see the reason why he crouches is because you know Dragon's dead when you stand up.
₹20, which he also ignores. Really not much around here that he can click
He
up.
does, yeah, does not need money. He needs mitts. That's what he needs. That's all he's looking for right now.
I don't need more money. I just need a pair of mitts.
The unfortunate thing is those mitts could be anywhere in SM. He's going to take this save because he's going to go check Plasma Beam. And if there's nothing at Plasma Beam, it's quicker to reset to this save room than it would be to walk all the way back to the portal. Okay, and we are going to see what's at Plasma. Probably nothing, but you don't want to leave it behind. It'd be very hard to get back here. Okay, saw it. Didn't see what it is, but it wasn't anything, so we're getting the reset.
No, it was a heart container.
No, either way, he doesn't want it. You're not gonna take the long way back just for a heart container. So he's done with Meridia. He's checked everything here. Pretty much just has Norfair to go. That's pretty much all he's got right now. Just about everything else is behind those myths. So probably going to go ahead, go back into Link to the Past, save and quit or flute to Death Mountain, head back into Norfair. Probably just go to Lower Norfair right away, and then work his way back up. Check Bubble Mountain and just one item in Croc he didn't get, so. Yeah, hopefully that's not it. That'd be quite the last location. And of course, this is why you don't want to have killed Aga, because he wanted to save and quit to Death Mountain, but because he killed Aga, he ends up on top of the pyramid.
Yeah, the other problem with doing Aga 1.
Okay, actually, it's gonna start out with the high jump boots. Probably, I think the way to go is to check the high jump boots, check the ice beam area, head from there to Lower Norfair, full clear Lower Norfair with probably a stop in the Mire area, and then head back.
And then up there was the reserve tank.
Yeah, we don't care about reserve tanks.
Yeah.
We don't want him. He's already got at least one, maybe two. Doesn't need more.
Would you say he's too reserved to take it?
Yeah, he's just trying to show off doing this clip with the X-ray scope instead of just bombing. And gets it. Nice. Nope, isn't going to do the ice beam checks first. Okay, just going to head down to Lower Norfair. And head this direction instead of the south route through Croc Speedway, and use the Frog Speedway instead. Okay, and heading down. The only real question is how much of the mire area does he check? Those are 2 pendant dungeons. Normally, if this were Link to the Past only, those wouldn't even be accessible because he wouldn't have because they're behind the midst. But with the Super Metroid portals, he can actually full clear that area if he wants to. I thought about going ahead and doing Golden Chorizo from the vanilla way. Let's see if he decides to even check that area. He might just full clear Lower Norfair and come back here if he needs it. He's thinking about it. Okay, no, he's going to go ahead and check it. So, Pet is dead. Unless it's the Cape for Babos for Trail Rock. It cannot be Mitz. Ice Palace needs Mitz. Mitz will not be on Pet.
Puppies.
So I shouldn't say it's dead. I should say it's on life support, which is fine. We don't need a
life support.
And Maniacal going to try and get into that sweet spot where he doesn't take any damage. Is in that spot. Is just going to kneel down and fire up. Doing that allows Golden Chorizo to take double damage at times. Fortunately, the item that's Space Jump Block is nothing. The item at Golden Chorizo is nothing. Screw Attack item is nothing. Is going to at least dip into the mire area. We'll see if he actually checks the dungeons at all. And unfortunately, it is a Quake medallion. You would have rather that been a Bombo, so you don't have to think about whether to do it or not.
Well, good news is that we finally have the book accessible.
We don't care about the book. In fact, the book is a bad thing to get because it opens up 2 more checks where those mitts could be.
I mean, what if it is one of those? Just say.
Well, the point is you don't want it to be one of those locations. So now there's 2 more checks you have to go to because you found the book.
True. Let's hope.
Now let's hope we just find mitts right in here.
Come on.
And nope, just a missile and a heart container. Okay, we are going to do some desert checks. Let's see. He has to grab the book. Because like you said, it could be in those locations. Adds those 2 checks, the Ether Tablet on Death Mountain. And he's thinking about, like, do I really want to, am I really dipping desert here? And the answer is yes. Yes, you're really dipping desert here. And you might full clear it because it is a green pendant.
Oh, great. That opens up Sassarella now.
Well, yeah, that's an easy check. It's the having to kill the boss that's the bad part about that, not having to go to Sarasala.
Good thing that's just a key. It saves a bit of time. Because if that was anything but a key, basically we'll just play the animation of you getting the item.
And first item in desert is a heart container. And red mail doesn't really need that. Pendant ice. Okay, ice is crystal. You're right. Mitts can be on Ped. Which is not what we need. So yeah, ice, yep, Mitts could be on Ped. Ped is not dead. Okay, finds just a map there. Yeah, I had mentioned Ice Palace as the issue. And that was my mistake. Finds a Spazer Beam. Doesn't need that anymore because he's got plasma.
As a reminder, he hasn't looked at Spazer Cave, so that could be crucially bad.
It's not a cave.
Oh wait, cave.
It's just a location.
Sorry.
But yeah, it's okay.
I'm just mixing up locations left and right.
Yeah, that's the one concern I have, is he skipped right by Spazer, and that better not be the Mitts.
Oh, if it is, it's gonna be like GTQX all over again.
Okay, pulling out the fire rod. Probably gonna use fire rod strats on Landmola, so it should make very quick work of them. And to be fair, I don't know that he would do all these checks right now if this were still a race.
As you say, like, fighting on a race takes a bit of the fun out. Makes quick work of it.
Yep, gets that pendant. Okay, let's see. What are we going to do next? Maybe he's going to follow that book. I was going to go ahead and turn in that green pendant right away.
I mean, why not? It's a quick check.
Yeah, but now to get back to that Meyer area, he's going to have to go back to Lower Norfair the long way.
Actually, not only that is a quick check, the fact that this is like a very stagnant check. Once you finish, if you have finished Eastern Palace, it's basically one that's so out of the way.
Well, I know, I mean, it's
And
out of the way, yeah, but it's more out of the way because now to get back to the Meyer area, if he wants to clear Meyer or if he wants to do more Lower Norfair, he's going to have to go all the way back to the Norfair area, and he's gonna go check pad. I like this call. That's probably why he decided to do it. Just check pad now. That way, when I do Meyer, I can know whether I need to full clear it or not.
Alright, let's see what it is.
It is a reserve tank. So now he can go back to Meyer, full knowing that he can just get the items and leave. Okay, does still have the mirror portal. Yeah, I forgot about that little detail. So that's really good that he still has this mirror portal. He's gonna go ahead and get the 2 items out of Meyer, hoping that he doesn't have to full clear it to do so. Gonna use fire rod strats in the Meyer 2 room. Nice dash strats as well. And we find the big key. So it is a Codmire, which is exactly what you don't want in this situation because we're not full clearing it. At least we don't want to full clear it. Okay, grabs a small key. He's gonna at least check the compass chest over here. I didn't quite see it, but it looks like you got a. Let's say you got a piece of heart or heart container. That makes more sense. I definitely heard the one beep, but he doesn't have enough for it to be the full-on piece of heart refill. He's gonna go ahead and check cutscene right away. And just a map. Compass chest had a heart container. Okay. And let's see where he goes next. Probably gonna check the get a nice fairy refill from that powder. Gonna go ahead and check over here. Just another small key. Meyer is full of small keys. Most of them aren't even needed.
Yeah, with so many keys under the pots. Actually, how many keys can you find under like the pots in Misery Mire?
Oh, there they are, Mitz! We're in go mode!
Oh, yes!
All right, in Mire. That's, oof.
Oh, wait a minute. How about the pendant in the, what's that, Turtle Rock?
Okay, I'm gonna call it go mode, because I want it to be go mode. But he's gonna go ahead and check right away. Okay, I like what he's doing here. He's setting up this mirror portal right near the lower Norfair entrance. Yeah, that's, yeah, so if he flutes, oh no, this isn't gonna work. He can't save the portal when he's got Aga killed. Oh, okay, so the idea is he's gonna go ahead and he's gonna check. He's gonna find out whether he's in go mode, and I think that's the right call. But unfortunately, that mirror portal is not gonna stay. If he hadn't killed Aga, he could go into the dark world and die, take a death warp, and then he'd be able to he'd be able to go ahead and still have that portal. But unfortunately, since he did kill Aga, he's not gonna be able to save that portal. He'll end up, when he saves and quit, when he goes ahead and continues, he's gonna end up back in the dark world. The mirror portal is gonna be gone.
66.7 mode. Let's see what happens.
I still think this is the right call to check. Find out right now whether you're in go mode.
I noticed bombs on the mountain out there, so not needed.
Yeah, he probably already checked that, would be my guess. And we just missed it. Okay, gonna go ahead and open up Turtle Rock and
let's see.
What do we have? Oh god.
Oh no. Well,
we are not
he
in.
does
I rescind my previous statement. We are not in go.
But he has 6 checks right next to him. That's the good news. Let's not forget that he has 6 checks right here.
Yeah, let's hope it's just the cave under the floor, the doormat, so to speak.
I hope.
There it is. Okay, now
we are in go mode.
Officially say we are in go mode. He'll use that cape, get his bombos. We're good.
Oh, this has been hilarious.
Alright, gonna go ahead and pick up that bombos right away. Probably gonna go ahead and do Yeah, probably gonna go ahead. He can flute back and get to Lower Norfair, so even saving the mirror portal didn't even really matter. Now that he has mitts, he can actually just go back there right away.
Mm-hmm.
So his intention was probably never to actually do that mirror portal in the first place.
Is there any key item we have not found yet? Just curious.
Well, if there were items we were missing, we wouldn't be in go mode. So we got everything we need.
Oh wait, hang on. I mean, not say this is important, but the notable thing is the fact that he still doesn't have the screw attack.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, that's the thing though.
Doesn't care. So does not care about screw attack right now. He's gonna go mode Ice Palace. Unfortunately, he hasn't learned the Icebreaker, so not gonna be quite as fast as it could be. But Ice Palace still pretty quick with just doing the bomb jump.
Hmm.
Go mode Ice Palace is always a nice thing, regardless of which strats you use. Not even to check that chest, nor should he. And Azure with the knowledge, only a 13-second difference in go, so. Does decide to take the time to pick up that fairy. That's one of those things that maybe if this was still a race, maybe he doesn't pick up. Nice work with the Stalfos there. Using the standard strat there. We'll bomb jump over here. Looks good. Makes quick work of the Pen Gators with that gold sword and finishes the last one up with the hook shot. Yeah. So those of you speculating in chat, Maniacal's not going to check anything that's out of his way. So we're not going to see any more checks for him probably until he gets to Ganon's Tower. There's literally nothing he cares about getting.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's right. I guess he will check TR locations because you do need to find keys for that one. Ice Palace, you don't have to check anything when you're in go mode if you know how to do the Ice Palace bomb jump or know how to do the Icebreaker.
Or even
And for what it's worth, yeah,
Oh.
very nice quick kill on Cold Stare. For what it's worth, Ice Palace was Samaria locked, which pretty much is meaningless if you know how to do the bomb jump. In that case, the Icebreaker wouldn't have helped because obviously, if you, well, I guess it would have because you would have had to have Samaria, but Samaria doesn't get you around a Samaria lock, I guess is my point. Okay, now he's going to go finish up Lower Norfair. Okay, and we're going to get a quick trip over to Ridley. He's got 50 max super missiles. He's got full beam combination. This one will not be difficult for him. We'll use charge beam to get around these pirates in the worst room of the game. So to answer the question in chat, Spazer and Plasma, when picked up and linked to the pass, have to be manually turned on when you get to Super Metroid, because if you were to pick both of them up, and if they were to automatically be turned on, then you could crash your game, because the game does not like it if both Spazer and Plasma are on at the same time. Gonna just clip through these key hunters. Why is it called the worst room in the game? Watch an any % run and you'll get your answer. That's a very difficult room if you don't know how to do it properly. Not so bad with this loadout. If he'd had screw attack, then it's really not the worst room in the game. But it's really based on the any % situation where you have very specific power bomb strats and a very specific spot to wall jump. And if you mess that up, it becomes very, very difficult. Next question, no, you cannot microwave Ridley because the game expects you to have plasma and X-ray by now, and so they coded against that.
I thought
No, the game does not expect you to have plasma and X-ray when you get the bosses that can be microwaved, and so it did not plan against that.
I thought that was a joke question, honestly.
No,
I really thought that was a joke question.
Well, you can't assume that. I mean, if it was, but you can't assume that people are joking when they ask those questions.
Well, not only that, I didn't know there was actually a term called microwaving in this game, like in the sense that you use the waves.
that was a term. I want to say it was come up with by Sephi, also known as Antinomy, during the Super Metroid item randomizer tournament from 2017. Basically meaning the strat where you use plasma charge and X-ray to buffer your shot so that the boss takes more damage.
Ah, okay, that's interesting.
Not gonna check the Ridley item. We don't care about it. Okay, now the question is, which way is Maniacal going to leave Lower Norfair? He's got 49 supers, so he may very well just go back towards Meyer. It's a little bit quicker. He's got plenty of energy to get through the acid in the amphitheater. Gets a little stuck there, but not a problem. Wants to go for this speedball to get out. That's always a fun strat. And we'll see which way he decides to go. Yeah, this is what I thought. He's going to go back through the acid. This should not be a problem. He's got, with this much health, space jump, a high jump. This should not be hard. He's going to go all the way down, then kind of space jump his way back up. And then, like I said, he's got 49 supers to get through this. To do the green gate glitch. Alright, Maniacal back in Link to the Past. Goes ahead and mirrors. And is going to flute up to Turtle Rock.
So like to say, practice makes perfect.
Okay, heading back up. Gonna go through the light world so he doesn't have to mirror to get there, because he is gonna have to go through the portal up here in order to open Turtle Rock.
Also used to using the hammer, they actually just went to the first peg.
Yeah, because he'd already opened it, and he forgot he'd already opened it. If he hit a peg, it's because he forgot he'd already opened it before.
Yep. Whoops.
That happens. It's another one of those things that happens. It's gonna happen to you eventually in a randomizer.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's see how long it takes. Yeah, the Go mode. Unfortunately, Go mode Turtle Rock, not that different from regular Turtle Rock. There are a few things you can skip depending on key layout. Main thing we hope for is not a vanilla big key. And we don't get a vanilla big key, so that should save him a little bit of time. Okay, gonna go ahead and light the torches and then go use that hook shot.
Besides, use the key of Burma to get through those spiky rollers.
Okay, he's got 2 small keys and a big key. That's a really good layout for a Go mode situation here. And gets an energy tank that he doesn't need. He's gonna go ahead and go into the Poke Room, and we'll steal the key there. And there's about a 5% chance that this can burn him, because he's going to go ahead and kill these pokies and go to the right instead of going outside. Ideally, there'll be a key in this next room, and then he could completely skip Laser Bridge as well. If not, he'll have to do Laser Bridge and hope that there's a key there. Chances are there will be. Like, there's that 5% chance that the keys are in the big chest. No, he gets key here. It's perfect layout. This is absolutely the perfect layout for a Go Mode Turtle Rock. You don't see that very often, because he'll use this one last key. Won't even have to Laser Bridge. Alright, gonna head into a Trinex fight with Gold Sword. This should be pretty simple. Gold Sword makes a bigger difference here than it does in, say, Ganon, at least for the better players. Gonna do the Fire Head first because it's quicker. And finish up that Ice Head. Avoids the Large Head. And three swings, or three, will finish this off.
Well, there he is.
Gets a nice double hit on the sword spin, and one more slash finishes off Trinex. Very nice fight.
So for those wondering why he would actually attack the head is actually the where you have to attack before his body shines to show that you need to attack the body. It's a cool trick if you can get that on quick kill.
Okay, now headed over to Ganon's tower.
Was I the only one who, when starting doing ALTTP runs, was confused at the stat GTB key? Because that stat is supposed to track how many chests did you open before you found the big key in the Ganon's tower.
That's right. Yep. Okay, Maniacal finding just a small key here. So his routing style generally takes him to the right side when he finds that. I'm gonna skip right over Tile Room. Grab an extra refill. Red Boomerang. Okay, if we check six locations so far. It's gonna grab the small key here and then mirror out. And go over to the left side. small key on the torch, he'll go ahead and pick that up.
How many keys usually you need to be like to go up to the top?
Just one. Just one.
Just one? Huh.
Because there's a guaranteed key at the mini Helma.
Oh, okay, yeah, true.
And big key at number 11. Did anyone guess 11? I don't think well, closest we got is Monkey at 10, so.
Yeah.
It doesn't count if you guess it after the key is found. Nice try, Servitai. If I'm saying that even correct, I apologize if I'm not. Okay, Maniacal can make his way through the mimics.
I think I'm estimating at 3:30 at the end of this.
Okay, now into the gauntlet.
Is there like a particular strategy for each of these rooms? Because I find this room like super annoying, especially with the conveyor belt to the ice.
Yeah, I don't personally use strategies. What you need to do is watch if you can find yourself a NMG tutorial. That'll give you the strats you can learn on this, because basically Ganon's Tower isn't this part of Ganon's Tower is not any different than an NMG run, and so those are the ones you'll want to watch. I mean, it gets a little bit different because NMG you're never gonna have silver arrows, and you're never gonna have gold sword. You'll have tempered sword, but that's a really good place to start.
I'll definitely note that.
Okay, Maniacal heading to some of my favorite rooms in Ganon's Tower. With a quick use of Samaria, gonna make very quick work of these Wizrobes.
Oh yeah, these rooms are fun to just quickly kill everything.
This room a
The
little
second room,
harder,
however, I still don't know how. Yeah, the second one's a little bit harder.
but still gets it just fine.
Easily.
Yeah, if you lay that block down in the right spot, you're gonna want to lay it a little bit to your left, and then fire it off at the right time, and then do a sword swing in the last one. With
Does
4
he go
keys,
for the refill?
yeah,
No, it doesn't go for the refill.
He's got plenty of magic. He does not need a refill. He'll take the refill at the top because I don't think he doesn't have any kind of bottles or anything. But right now, he's
oh wait,
fine.
there's a refill at the top.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops.
He is checking the chests here. Maybe on the chance that they're silver arrows. So a little surprised. There's still a lot of places those arrows could be. Doesn't need anything in SM because screw attack would just be something he'd take off for Zep skip at this point.
Basically.
Right there. So that skull pot he picked up. That's the one. That's the one you want to check. That's one you want to pick up when you're coming up Ganon's Tower.
One more check to check. Let's see if it is silvers or not.
I doubt it.
That'll be funny if it is.
We'll find out approximately where silver arrows are in a little bit, because Ganon will tell us.
Oh yeah, true. Forgot this is not the... I'll say this is not like... Actually, wait. Never mind. Sorry. Completely forgot.
Okay, so since we do have some new people in the chat, so YeOldFartGamer ended up forfeiting because he didn't realize that high jump boots and Varia were enough to send him over to Bubble Mountain, which is where the speed booster was, which would lead to his Moon Pearl and opened up pretty much opened up the game. Oh, very nice triple there from Maniacal. I believe he needs just one shot. Nope. He needs to get one more after this. Okay, finishes up Agatu. It is... No, every seed is finishable, to answer that question in chat. Now, I will say this. The logic does not account for sequence breaks. So if you sequence break something in a bad way, you might have to sequence break to get out of it. And I've actually seen that happen in Ice Palace, in a hookshot locked Ice Palace. Very poor use of keys. Okay, Maniacal gonna make very quick work again in here. Gold Sword making this very easy. Gonna use that hook shot to get iframe so the fire bats don't hurt him. He's gonna want to get the torch glitch here.
Three, 5, 1, and then 2. Not that many teleports.
All right, Maniacal in his did get the torch glitch and goes into his silverless portion of the fight.
Oh,
he'll take
now
12 sword spins.
Sorry. Now I see why people kept saying that it's the hitbox is kind of what's that word? Forgiving.
Yeah, there's a reason we use sword spins here. You actually can do this without sword spins, but it's only like a 2, maybe 3 pixel window. So when you use the sword spin, you're more likely to hit that window.
Ah, okay. I might actually practice that now that I'm seeing it in front of me.
And Maniacal finishing off Ganon. Yeah, hearing 20 frames to 2 frame window for spin versus slash. That sounds about right.
Yep.
So, which is why we do spins. Okay, and now we're gonna reset and go to Super Metroid and finish that off.
I'm predicting a 330 at this point, considering his position.
Yeah, he's probably not gonna be real happy with this time. I know he can do. He regularly can do sub 3s. So.
To be
but
fair,
he probably full cleared more, knowing that his opponent had forfeited.
To be
but on
fair,
the other hand,
like,
he might have skipped Meyer. He might have skipped Meyer if his opponent hadn't forfeited. So.
Well, no, I was about to say, to be fair, like, how much time did he lose trying to skipping the the bubble speed booster?
Yeah, that's not gonna make him feel better.
Yeah.
Losing time to bad skips that you don't intend, that's not a good thing.
Well, at least it wasn't an hour lost, buddy.
Alright, heading into the Metroid rooms. There's plenty, and I mean plenty of ammo for this.
Hmm. That right there is actually why the ice beam is so useful in Torian. It's like a nightmare to get through these Metroids. You actually need power bombs instead if you want to kill those. If you don't have the ice beam, makes life so much easier.
Alright, gonna take a very suit setting up for a stand-up glitch. And doesn't quite get it. Okay, going for the zip skip. And decides not to go for the gifts. With this much ammo, it doesn't really matter. I know there are definitely times when I've... is he gonna try and do the spring ball zip skip?
Interesting.
And he gets it. Nicely done. Didn't realize he'd been practicing that. Probably practicing that for the Super Metroid multi-category tournament that he's still in. Alright, finishing Mother Brain 1, no problem. It'll just be 20 shots here.
20 shots of the charge beam?
Well, full beam combo.
Oh wow. That's actually pretty broken, actually. I'll admit, like, even as a person who plays ALTTP a lot, I heavily, and I mean heavily, underestimate the charge beam and plasma beam combination. But seeing it more in races and randomizers, poof, it helps a lot. And look at that, already into the one energy tank beams, as I like to call them.
Okay, he's setting up for stand-up glitch. Gonna damage himself a little bit more. And now he needs to be in the air while the baby comes. That way he will not be stuck to the floor. All right, gonna start out the stand-up glitch. Also wants to be in the air as the baby attached, where that little puff of smoke comes out. Okay, he does need to pause a little bit as he gets the hyper beam. Need to pause one more time. Very good stand-up glitch. Should be like 1 or 2 shots. It's like 3 shots. Very nicely done.
That's actually the first time I've seen that glitch, and that looks incredible. So it looks like it will be a 330 most likely. So do you think he's gonna save or kill the animals?
Oh, he's not going anywhere near the animals. I know Maniacal. He is not an animal saver.
Ouch.
He is gonna go for the blue bomber though. Might give it another try or two. Doesn't actually save time, but it is definitely swag. And gets it on the 3rd try. Very nice.
Nice. Look at that.
Alright, Maniacal is going to finish up with an official SRL time of 3:24.12. GG for Maniacal.
Fantastic. Well.
Okay, and I believe he is going to join us for an interview. So I see both of them ready to go, so come on in. All right, welcome in Maniacal and YeOldFartGamer. GG's Maniacal. Gamer, a tough one for you. I'm going to start out, and I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but I've got a little homework for you.
Alrighty.
So Maniacal, your opponent, has a really nice tutorial for SMZ3. You need to watch it.
Yeah, I did watch it, but it's 8 hours long.
Ah.
It's worth it. It is worth it. It is absolutely worth it.
Oh, that was a seed. What can I say? GG Maniacal, but wow, what a seed. What a seed.
I can't hear you, Maniacal. I think you have your mic turned off again.
Yeah, we can hear you in a moment. Actually, I do want to ask you, YeOldFartGamer, like when you were trying to figure out where to go next, when you had Norfair left to check, like what were you thinking at the time?
Well, basically, I was thinking, okay, I was asking myself, I must be missing some check in Link to the Past that would give me Speed Booster, because I'm thinking that's the only way I could make it there, because obviously Morph's somewhere there. But I never even thought that, oh yeah, I got high jump boots and Varia. I can just jump to friggin' Bubble Mountain.
Yeah.
So
it was a
So
thing.
you're saying that you managed to predict the speed booster being the next item?
Yeah,
I don't.
because I'm thinking.
Okay.
Sorry, I was thinking. I could just, if I find Speed Booster, I can just go through Frog Speedway. But then I'm like, okay, well, where's Speed Booster? And then I'm like, I'm looking through my mouth chopper. Where the heck is it? What?
Well,
what's
to be
that?
fair, you also needed wave beam, which you would have found in the same area.
Yeah.
So now that Maniacal's got his mic worked out, welcoming in Maniacal, GG's.
Hey, thanks.
Right.
GG, YeOldFartGamer. Oh my god. That was an oops. That was a big oops.
Yeah, when you skipped the Bubble Mountain item, I didn't really think that hard about it because you still had other places to go.
And
Yeah,
it turned out it was important.
It was the most important. In fact, it was a hard gate.
Yep.
And I just totally whiffed in my head that was like a spot that existed and I should have checked it. And I don't know how long I wasted on that. Probably 15 minutes.
I'm gonna assume
Yeah.
about
I think
20 to 25
it was a
minutes.
lot. Yeah, it might have been longer than that.
I felt like I was over there the first time at about 36, and I got back like after an hour or something like that. Like it was pretty egregious, but it's not clear that the other things that I did, were all wasted time. I mean, all the rechecks were wasted time.
Right, and
Aghanim was mostly wasted time.
Yep.
I did save about 10 seconds on the bomb delivery.
Yeah. Yep. That's about it.
So there was some upside, I suppose, but yeah, it was pretty bad. This seed was not the friendliest. It did things that I wasn't super happy about, but that was kind of it was all my fault. It was my own dumb fault for this.
Well, we've all done dumbs like that, so
same.
Yeah, it won't be the last time. I got lucky to get away with this one.
Yeah, because you were gated pretty hard. I mean, eventually you had to get back there because it's not like you had a whole bunch of stuff open and then that one key item was in that place. It forced you back there eventually.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, I forgot that was a location that existed. I was just going back to places where there were items that I knew I'd gotten and being like, I wonder, did I forget to talk to the guy in the cave? Did I Solsky myself, or what did I do? So I was going back and talking to NPCs and being sure I'd entered bombed walls and just okay, where did I oops? And the answer was I oopsed in Bubble Mountain. And as soon as I got to Bubble Mountain, I was like, oh yeah, there's a fourth thing off of this node, and it's this one item check down here that I can't see because I was going crazy. I was like, oh, wave, that's going to be Crocomire access. And I was like, I don't have morph to go to Croc.
Yeah.
Where's it going to come from?
I like how your reaction was just very simple, oh, there it is, instead of ah!
Well, it was okay, there it is. How far behind am I? How much time do I have to make up? And you saw me when I went over with speed to Big Pink, skip the bottom two items and not proceed past.
You didn't go to
Mirror
Big Pink
and
with speed.
No,
I
went over toward Big Pink and then I turned around after getting the two
that
items.
sounds about right. No, I thought you left right after you got your your Moon Pearl.
Yeah, it was Moon Pearl and Mirror.
Yep.
And Mirror didn't do anything.
Nope.
On its own. But the Moon Pearl, I was like, okay, well this actually matters.
Yep.
There was one spot in which Tracy was a little bit concerned that you skipped, and that was the Spacer spot.
Yeah, you skipped. I wasn't going to bring it up because it didn't end up mattering, but yeah, you did skip Spacer.
Were you aware of it?
It was on my mind at one point, and if it really came down to it, I was aware. I did go back to, for instance, the morph locked items at high jump and things like that. Yep. Spacer would have been one that would have taken me some time to think of. I was aware of it. I normally, with late morph, that's one of the ones that I tend to forget.
I've forgotten that location too.
Yeah.
In fact, I seem to remember a shovel there once that you were like, how do you not have shovel? Oh, you didn't check Spacer.
Oh, yeah, that part. I think that did happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a nice, almost full tracker. I'm not sure which of those 3 remaining Dark Death Mountain or whatever locations would have been my my silvers. If I left him in the last check in Hookshot Cave, I feel kind of silly about it. But
Yeah, I didn't
mean,
catch it. Was it a Dark World silvers then?
I left the text box up for like an extra second and a
Yeah,
half
I meant to look
Tracy,
at
while I
it.
laughed at my television.
Tracy, I told you it was Death Mountain
It was
a couple
Death
of times
Mountain,
already.
Oh, Death Mountain is not Dark Death Mountain though. So it would be Ether Tablet.
It would have been Ether Tablet.
Yep, had to be Ether Tablet.
Does it differentiate Dark Death Mountain? Because I was thinking
No, Dark Death Mountain is part. You've seen the spoiler logs, right? So it's
or,
just like the
or it
spoiler
could be
logs.
Mimic Cave.
Yeah, you're right. It could be
Mimic
Mimic
Cave,
Cave.
yeah.
Death Mountain.
So
as
those,
well.
yeah, because Dark Death Mountain is just part of Dark World. Because when you look at the spoiler logs, that's where it comes from. So if it says Dark World, then it would be Dark World, and if it says Death Mountain, then it's Light World, Death Mountain.
Yeah, this one got the better of me today.
I literally screamed when I saw the book on Desert Ledge. I'm like, oh my god! And my wife literally said, "Are you okay? Do I need to call an ambulance?"
Nice.
Yeah, I saw that there and I was like, okay, where are my mitts gonna be? And that turned out to be the narrative of like the next 2 hours.
Yeah, because the mitts
where are my mitts gonna be?
Well, it was like mitts go mode, but maybe.
Yeah, I was.
Because of the
It
bombos.
was really dumb. I should have gambled on the bombos medallion. I really should have. I shouldn't have priced myself into an entire extra climb of Death Mountain on a 1/3 play. So there were a lot of things that I did that were really silly.
On the other hand, you did get the cape was in Hookshot Cave, which is where Bombos was. Which led to Bombos. So you did have to get up there eventually.
Yeah,
which leads me to my next question.
No, wait, let him finish. Wait. Let Maniacal finish. You had a thought.
But
yeah, the reason I wanted to make the play that way was if it was Bombos, it was going to affect my routing in Lower Norfair, and I didn't want to have to go back to Lower Norfair.
Right.
And Upper Norfair and just do like a full cleanup loop, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what was on my mind when I decided to split and check Turtle Rock medallion there. And once I found out that I did need it, then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to knock out the Dark Death Mountain checks, then go back and do Lower Norfair as I was going to. And just so once I had the mitts from Meyer, it was easy because that opened up Flute to 6 as an option for travel.
Yep.
So that helped a lot.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's kind of what I thought you were doing because I'm with you. I want to know if I'm in go mode, so I would have gone right up there and checked it to find out.
Yeah, this is one of those times where it was a mistake to do it. The cost of the extra Death Mountain climb is greater than the likely cost of the expected cost of having to reroute certain areas.
Sure.
So,
but in the end, it worked out.
it did work out, but it still was a mistake.
Okay.
It wasn't the right play. But there wasn't a lot of right plays being made on my side, so
it's that kind of seed.
Yeah, it was one of those seeds that just got away from me a little bit early. Felt like things were kind of coming up pretty empty. That very on library, had me really thinking about that death or the play over to Bubble Mountain early, and then high jump boots really made me want to go make the check, but I was very thorough in my early game until I was very not thorough enough, and that's where it kind of went sideways.
Well, at least the cape was in near the vicinity of the Turtle Rock. Otherwise, you have gone a whole route, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, medallions. The only thing worse than a medallion go mode is Ice Rod.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, because it basically could be anywhere but the dungeon at gates.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not great, that's for sure. I was fortunate that the cape did show up to lead me back to Bombos pretty quickly, but it was still bad that the cape was in Hookshot Cave because it necessitated an entire extra Death Mountain climb.
Absolutely.
And I was sort of stuck on that Death Mountain climb anyway, because what am I going to do? Go do Turtle Rock and then go do Ice and climb again anyway? So it was that's why I'm saying as soon as I decided to go make that medallion check, I committed to an extra Death Mountain climb.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I did like the sequencing once I did get the bombos of ice, trying to spike exactly Screw Attack from Cold Stare to speed up the lower Norfair play.
Yep.
Yeah, who knows where that will end up being.
Yeah, it just like that was kind of a free roll to do ice, then lower Norfair, and then Turtle Rock, and I did think that I sequenced that properly.
All right, so I thought this match already went, but it's not showing up on challenge, so I don't know what the result was. But you're gonna face the winner of Dorkmaster Fleck and Lack Attack 24. So what are your thoughts of that?
I watched part of that game yesterday.
I thought they played, but I don't know who won.
I'm pretty sure that Lack won.
Okay.
He was in a pretty fast go mode. Lack is very, very good. Which isn't to say anything about Dorkmaster. I just don't know Dorkmaster Fleck as well as a player. But Lack is scary good at lots of games.
Well,
and
he plays Little Kid Icarus, plays Little Zelda 1. You know, yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah,
Jack of all trades.
I believe he's was a world record holder in Zelda 1 at least.
Yeah, I don't know if he still has it, but he had it recently at least. But yeah, I mean, he's very, very good. A lot of respect for him in a lot of games. I think it's a close matchup. I mean, I probably won't be able to get away with being as dumb as I was tonight. So I do need to, get together and play better. There wasn't really excusing tonight's play, so we'll see. I think it'll be a fun match. That's for sure.
I mean, also sometimes save the best for the last.
Yeah, and the good news is if you'll get another chance. If hopefully, I mean, honestly, hopefully you pull it out. But if not, the loser of that match will not be done, and we'll play the winner of YeOldFartGamer. You got one more shot. You'll play. I guess then you'd play Dorkmaster Fleck. And so the loser between Maniacal and Lack will play the winner of your match. So.
Well,
yeah,
I'll take the experience from here, and we'll have a better match next time.
Yeah. Yep. And rewatch that tutorial.
8 hours of Maniacal. I'm gonna go crazy.
Maniacal's great.
I deal with 24 hours of me a day, and I promise you, it's absolutely miserable.
Well, hey, that's why I'm an old fart. I like to sleep a lot.
But yeah, Dorkmaster or YeOldFartGamer would be a good match, and in that last match for the group, I think there's a really cool structure, the 2-0 versus 0-2 sort of structure, where like once you have 2 wins or 2 losses, you're removed, and you play until you get 2 wins or 2 losses. I think that's a nice structure.
Yeah, I like it.
I hope Lack decides to watch this race back and use it to scout my play tendencies, and is like, oh, Maniacal's just a complete donk. I'm just not going to practice.
Nice.
He doesn't know where items are.
I've met Lack.
Skips.
I don't think he's gonna fall for that. But you never know.
That was my line here. Was put garbage on tape and hope Lack believes it.
All right.
Anything else anyone wants to add before we go ahead and close this out?
Just thanks so much, Tracy and Lee, for the commentary tonight, and Epi for the tracking, and YeOldFartGamer for the game. And I'll step out of the way. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and we should absolutely need to thank Epi for doing the tracking, because I need someone to track for me. I'm bad at it, and to me, that's the hard work, is the tracking, not the talking. So thank you very much to Epi for doing the tracking. Thank you to our racers, Maniacal and YeOldFartGamer. Thank you to... I'm going to let you say... How do you say your name? Leap.
You can just call me Joel, but yes, the epinephrine 121. Actually, as I said before, I came in a little bit later, but